Circle in 5 minutes, and otherwise it is a three-rounder, with the third round being the tiebreaker if it is needed. But otherwise, how are you doing, Barbarian?
I'm doing great. It's a beautiful Saturday afternoon, ready for a nice little Saturday evening scuffle. Or I guess
Is that
Saturday
what
night
they're calling
scuffle.
it?
They were
Who the
calling it
heck
Super
knows?
Saturday, but that doesn't fit with the framework, so I think Saturday night scuffle fits a lot better.
That's actually pretty fair, yeah. Saturday night scuffle. I do appreciate that. It's between
Mhm.
the 29th ID, which is the I would call them the house company that or no, not house community. That'd be better.
Yeah.
That is actually part of FNF because their communities are intertwined within TSB. So FNF just does the framework for the PvP, but the actual operating unit that operates within the TeamSpeak
TSB.
is the 29th ID. Names that we often see from that group are T5 Bay, for example, who I often regard as the second best player in FNF. But we also have people like Nielsen, Montgomery, Herb, Carlson, Shupless, all of those people that we often regard as veteran players within rounds of FNF. So
Mm-hmm.
this should be pretty interesting because they're fighting. Barb, who are they fighting?
They are fighting a coalition of FNF communities. Notably, we have Scandi, Tau, 4IB,
Arma Finland.
Arma Finland, yeah, AFI is in there too. I think 29th IB also has a second MRB as a bit of a to bolster their numbers slightly, but it is an even fight for the most part. I think Blue Far has a slight advantage. Any communities I'm missing? Let me see. I'll go through the list real quick.
I wouldn't stretch that out. I don't think either side really has an advantage right now. Because yes, we do have the. Hold up, there's a message. There should be plenty of time for people to get here. Okay, so they're gonna keep it going, just
Yes.
without the brief. We'll cover that. We do have Scandi Recon on Blue 4. I do see some names like Flux, Novix over here, Vargrant, Severe, really good commander there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've got some of the FNF staff on Blue 4 as well, such as Indigo Fox. But 29th ID, I already mentioned some of their heavy hitters. They definitely know what's up. So I think it's going to be pretty even. Yes, I am going to want to see some sort of outflank by Scandi Recon, but if there's anyone that would know how to counter it by now, it would be the 29th ID. So
Mm-hmm. And just over the full list, we do have UPSE, Arma Finland, Chad, Zeus Spartans, yeah, Tau, SOG, and Scandi Recon for this FNF coalition.
it is a good list. But otherwise, with the three
All-star
rounds,
match, yeah.
first, Op4 is going to be defending, Op4 being the 29th ID. Then I believe next round it is going to be the Coalition defending here. The operations are set to heavily favor the defenders, and we can kind of tell based off of the AO here, but we'll get there when we get there. Real quick, I just want to point out Op4 has actually 4 different explosive specialists planting charges on the forested route from the direct Blue 4 line in. Do you see
So
that?
there,
They're
yes,
actually
yes, I
planning this one
do.
out. That's
Yep,
awesome.
France, Osturin, Bedekovic, and Turnby. Yeah, they're sending those charges and going to be working together for as far as that. Finn did say kind of, I wouldn't quite call it a prediction, but he was kind of taunting, saying wherever there's forest, that's Scandi territory. So they're taking that to heart and planting charges in the forest nearest to their safe start area.
I think it's a great idea to take
Mm-hmm.
explosive charges to that level, but I'm going to be perfectly honest, I think it's a bit of a misplay for
I
this
think
AO.
yes, I think the position. Yeah,
There's
go ahead.
way too much open ground between that forested area and over here for that to be effective, because what's stopping Op4 from just setting up on the edge of this territory with a fortification line
Mm-hmm.
of either trenches or anything from an E-tool? If they really wanted to be effective with it, I think the forested area to the west would be a lot better, because there's a lot of room for Blue 4 to charge around, get to the forested area on the back, dismount here, and send forces in. But I will admit
You
the
mean the
AO is also
southwest?
quite tight. Yeah, southwest, my bad.
I see.
because you got those forested routes with the river going in. You got another forested route. Again, it's really close. Blue 4, based off this AO, it's 14 minutes on the clock remaining here. But the other
Sorry.
route would be the river coming
The
from the
stream popped on.
that is another area that infantry could easily come in through the riverbeds here, and there is a good amount of cover and concealment with the river banks here to try to get forces in. But I can definitely say see why they said that the defenders have the advantage for this AOs, because there's just a lot of open ground all around this town, where if Op4 is smart enough here, they can definitely set up firing lines to stop any Blue 4 forces from coming in. So I'll be really curious to see how Blue 4 tries to pull this off.
Yeah, it's going to be, I think, a bit of a battle of the minds. I'd almost want to see Blue 4 take a more direct route, maybe through Viparau, kind of the southeast, that forested area, maybe come up along the river to some degree, because I feel like Red 4, apart from the trap that we just saw in place at that northeast forest near T5 Rod's position and Red 4 X-Ray, I think that, yeah, just kind of counterplaying the counterplay by going a lot more direct could almost break open Red 4's entire plan. We do have on the southwest side a couple teams heading down towards Sutorf, kind of following the river, interestingly enough. I wonder if they're going to go for that kind of active defense, trying to spot out the Blue 4's movements before they get close to the AO.
So, by the way, we do have a demo specialist, Firefighter, another respected name in my opinion. He definitely knows how to play these games. Setting up some defensive lines on the MSR to the south. Actually, that would technically be an SSR, because there's an MSR that goes north and northwest in this AO itself. But another thing to point out, this is technically a Blue 4 mirror match. We have Op 4 being Marines in Marpat Woodland camo, and then Blue 4 is attacking as British force, based off their flags on the sides of their chest rigs. But it is going to be a 5-5-6 mirror match with 7-6-2 for the machine gunner groups within Charlie and Foxtrot, and then a Maz being used for Charlie 2 on each side. Attackers get the advantage of having a second M2 Humvee, but otherwise everything else is nearly identical in this regard. Even the numbers, it is a flat 54 V54, so definitely the defenders get a, again, just part of the advantage, because normally with FNF, you see the attackers get like a 15, 10, 20% numbers advantage depending on the round. So defenders have a nice AO here. They've got room to set up explosive traps. They have fortification tools to set up defensive lines, and they're very, very well coordinated. And the final thing, which is really cool about this round, is I'm seeing everyone taking an ACOG scope.
Yes, we will have magnified optics
in play.
Ooh, yeah, baby.
So that's going to make the marksman a little less effective. That's part of X-Ray. Speaking of which, it is the Mark 11. We got T5 Rod with the marksman rifle for the 29th
Oh, the
ID
food you got earlier is now useless? Why is that?
For the marksman rifle is being taken by SL Dreams.
Very nice.
Two players who I have seen take the marksman role in the past in FNF, both of which I know are very good with it. They're very comfortable with that weapon. But the marksman is going to be very essential in this operation to try to get off some extra pick-off kills. However, I'm only seeing like a DMS scope, so they only have a slightly larger or better magnification than the actual rifleman here. So it's really going to be up to
we are back. Took a while,
the rifleman to get the kills here. I'm also looking, we do have ACOGs being put on the machine guns as well. Go ahead. I'm trying to look for a 240 Bravo.
Sure. I kind of refute the point you made earlier about the marksman not being as effective. You got to remember that he's also using 7.62 NATO, which will punch a lot heavier and harder than the 5.56 of all these riflemen. Now, that does also mean with everyone having these magnified optics that they can be spotted out easier. You could argue they could still be spotted out by people using binoculars or rangefinders, etc. But this spreads out the capabilities of a marksman team to pretty much every single infantryman that is on the field. And we do have a 240 on the Blue Force side I'm seeing, as well as Iander with that M3 Carl Gustav.
Sorry, I've just updated my title. Apparently, Twitch didn't actually update the fucking information, so I just had to hit space
That
5
only
times
ever
and update
happens
it
to
anyway.
you. I don't know why, but that never happens to me. I have no idea
Do
why.
you stream through OBS or OBS Streamlabs?
Streamlabs. OBS Streamlabs.
Yeah, that might be it. I probably need to find an update on OBS just to make sure it's not screwing with anything. So
Possibly.
I'll people refresh their page once they get to this part 5 minutes later. It'll show that it's fixed. But regardless, plans I'd like to see OPT4 do. Since this is an even operation, I would love to see OPT4 try to utilize
Twitch
the
crap.
M2
I have
Humvee they have
useless?
early to go search and destroy, to try to intercept Blue 4 as they come in, because there's only so many routes they can take. I think committing it along either MSR, but if they were to start it along the defensive MSR to the northeast and just follow it through the town of Bruchwendel and just follow
Oh
it
my
into
god.
spawn,
I gotta...
think they could. Yeah?
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Look at east of Red Force spawn right now. Sergeant Dodd and Private First Class Kernshaw. Gigabrain move here. They're
What do we
using the
got?
2 trucks to flatten down the wheat fields and get rid of all this visual cover.
That's actually very smart.
That is brilliant. You can see the trails in the other wheat field to the northwest, but like, that is amazing to see. That is some out of the box thinking, to say the least.
Definitely. Now, I'm going to be curious to see, yep, we have another trot from Stull. He's also knocking down all of these little trees.
Oh, all the little
So
orchard trees. Oh my
no
god.
concealment.
Hey, Anzu. Cheers.
Again, stuff that you don't think about that you would only see in a PvP-esque scenario. So I'll be curious to see if they move those Vics to other spots. Like there's another wheat field to the south. They still have plenty of time to get all this done, but we're seeing them just knocking over everything.
Yeah, this is
here.
amazing. And yeah,
just to flatten it out. That's great.
I just saw something else I'll bring up in a second, but yeah, this is very much I wouldn't quite call it a grudge match because these communities don't harbor any ill feelings towards each other. That's just not the nature of FNF. But it's a grudge match. It's a for glory, for honor.
It's a better group of communities in FNF.
Yeah.
Is it all the people they invite, or is it the host community? So I can totally get that.
Ooh, that's a good perspective. I like that.
They did have Trachiac try to run over some of this.
The head.
This is rice or leeks or potatoes or something, but
yeah,
no, it's definitely not potatoes. It's like rice or leeks, but they're not able to run over that texture, so they do have to be mindful about here.
They made a cross for some reason next to that field that you're talking about here, over by Corporal Tan's position. They made a cross out of sandbags and Hesco barriers, and I don't know if that's a prayer or if that's some kind of big brain like holdout position.
So another thing I quickly want to mention is a cache hunt, but the areas
try restarting it.
Is literally
Nordic.
encompass
Hopefully
the
that fixes
entire town.
if you can hear me.
You've got one in this two-story building right here, and then one which has a much harder, bigger garrison in here. At least this is where I think there's some sort of team meetup on the second story. But both of these positions just encompass so much that it's
they pretty much have to search the whole town.
There's going to need to be a lot of searching by Blue 4. Again, the three major advantages that the defender has, which is why it's so heavily defensive biased, is there's no numbers advantage for the attacking force. The areas for the objectives themselves are massive. And the third... Come up with a third. I had one and I forgot it.
Well, we said what numbers... the size of the AO.
The AO itself is mostly open field all around. It's really hard for attackers to get in.
Yeah,
so
once they get... Yes, they talk about Anderson. He was running late from work, so I think he's going to be able to get in just in time.
He is head honcho of NA that like organizes everything. So, you know, being a member of the 29th, it is good to see him here.
Absolutely.
And I don't know why. I just absolutely love seeing that these trucks are running over.
Yeah, Nordic. It's on a 5-minute stream delay, so it's going to be kind of rough.
Here, so. And No, they only got
2
2 minutes
minutes.
left, but most of
Yeah, I
this
think they
is
added a few more minutes.
pretty much done. I don't think we're going to see that M2 Humvee used as a counter-attacking unit. Instead, it's probably going to be used as a QRF. But since they have such a number advantage in the fact that it's even teamed, risking 2 people to go out potentially kill 20, or at least
Ooh,
smoke
that's not
a
good,
vehicle
Nordic.
or a car,
Oof.
I think would be a worthy investment. Because even if they both get killed, but they manage to kill like 4 or 5 dudes that are crammed in some transport vehicle, that gives you the number advantage early on, and you'll be fine. And because these are Humvees with no cover, they're no up armor.
No, yeah, they're just a basic.
Yeah, with riflemen that have magnified optics, those things are just death traps anyway. So why not use it early on to try to give yourself that advantage?
Yeah, the only, well, I guess, yeah, with no armor assets like a BTR or anything of that ilk, there isn't a huge disadvantage to, say, if they were to get sniped out and give up that Humvee to the other side. That wouldn't really screw them over as much as it would, say, if they had an armored asset to work with. But best case for that would just be, or I guess more worst case would be just spraying down through buildings, which they already have an M2 to do that with anyway.
Yeah.
Seen a lot of cordons over by Bedekovic's position, sectioning off these alleyways and passages, just kind of trying to control the flow, because they're staging this out. They're thinking ahead. Of course, they want to keep Blue 4 out of the town at all costs, but they recognize that that is a distinct possibility, so they're planning ahead.
I don't think they're going to be able to keep Blue 4 out of the town.
Oh,
54 guys is a lot of people, but for this size of a town, you have to have a very tight perimeter to do that. I mean, yesterday's FNF match, I think it was NA number 1, Altus versus FIA. That was a 124 player, so the defending force was about 50 dudes because the attacking force had numbers advantage. Yeah. But they held 40 to 50 because they had a small group offset, doing fuck knows, but they eventually came back. That was like 40 to 50 players holding, I want to say, the size of maybe a fifth of this town, and they were still pretty stretched then. So having that same number, if not slightly larger, to cover an AO like 4 or 5 times the size of that hill, there's going to be weaknesses in the line, and it's going to be luck if the attacking faction is able to get it. I'm going to be perfectly honest. There's
Absolutely.
No way.
Luck and skill, a nice little combination of the two, I'd say.
With all the magnified optics and all the eyes going out, there's not really a stealthy way to do this, but round has started. We do have both M2 Humvees reconning the road. I really like that.
Yeah, so what Blue 4 is doing, they completely... They're using the Blue Force using their Humvee as a kind of a recon and point vehicle for their convoy. It's a good 200-300 meters at least, actually more like about a click now, in front of this convoy, just scouting things out, making sure the road's clear, enough of an isolated target to where someone could just shoot them up and they'd lose that asset, but then the rest of the convoy would know not to go there. So we'll see how that goes.
I think we're going to see first point of contact. Op4 brought their Humvee around at a slight T intersection on the southern side, and we have the Blue 4 M2 Humvee being driven by I think that was Navy and Indigo Fox.
Yep, they're going to be coming over the crest of this hill, and the Cool Breeze is in a decent ambush position. Yeah, he's got great line of sight down this road.
Firefighter was up here. I thought he might have been putting an explosive trap, or they put all those explosives right there. But, yep, they are in a very good ambush.
There's the Humvee coming up over the ridge. Yep. He's opening fire. And no kill for Cool Breeze.
Pursue it.
Yep.
However, the transport trucks are still on their way.
Yep. Cool Breeze gets eyes on the target again. Shooting a little bit behind. Needs to lead his shots a bit at that distance. Oh, he does get a kill, though. He's got one of them, either the driver or the gunner.
And now the Blue 4 trucks are diverting south.
Yeah, he got Indigo's gunner. Indigo's falling back because his buddy just got his head blown off.
Navy is dead. But Op4 already at a slight advantage by killing off the...
Yeah, poor Nordic.
First blood here.
Sorry, Nordic. You're not having a good day, man.
Has excuse me, Jesus. It took X-ray and it diverted north and dismounted in this far tree line here and is trying its best to get some recon in. First half of Blue 4's attack force has deployed south. Second half is also coming down.
Ooh, Vonk's looking right in the direction, but I think the foliage... Ooh, might have just spotted something there, something moving in the trees. Other than that, he can't really see much unless he has his grass turned off or something. But he is looking over in that direction. He might have spotted a bit of shimmering between the trees. But yeah, Tweaking and all of them making their way across this big open field. Kind of surprised that they're not being a bit more sneaky, though. I think they have a bit of a sense of security this far out from the town itself.
So I do love how the Op4 M2 Humvee has pulled around, thinking that Blue 4 might have tried to sneak it around, not realizing Blue 4 just went defensive with it instead. And we have the other half of the attack force. Wuna just hit the highway divider and stopped all momentum of his Vic as forces are pulling around here. I think the northern Humvee was unarmed because I'm seeing the second armed Humvee was with the other 3 trucks here. Excuse me, 2 trucks and a Humvee that came up. So I think that was just a, making sure that those forces at least have some static defense, which is good. It shows that the commander was thinking about just in case Op4 tries to
check
rush
back
with that
on
Humvee.
Vonk
But either
here.
way, just a quick mention, it is Severe commanding the FNF coalition force for Blue 4 here, and the Op4 commander is, I believe that would be Second Lieutenant Stray.
Yep.
What do you know about him for FNF?
Stray?
The name ring a bell for
yeah,
me.
the name I recognize it, but I haven't seen that name around a ton. Just in terms of being, I guess, a bit more prominent. But it's kind of 29th IB is kind of a Milsimi group. Second Lieutenant, obviously denoting some rank, so he knows what he's doing. He probably just doesn't come around FNF as much and got drawn to this for a bit more of a serious fight. So we'll see how well he's able to adapt the framework of FNF, how things are done, and I guess almost kind of the meta almost. See how well he's able to adapt to all the various bits and pieces that go into an attack and defense. I do love that we're doing 3 rounds, having the best of 3 going. So we can really, should leave no doubts. You know what I mean? There shouldn't be any doubts at the end of this.
So to state this again for the people just joining us, this is a Saturday FNF, except it's a little more competitive. It's the 29th ID guys, which are the host community for FNF, fighting against all of the other factions.
Is it IB or ID? I can never remember.
Play FNF every Friday. Barb, you have that list. Who is playing on the Coalition side?
On the Coalition side, we have the illustrious Scandi Recon, as well as the 4th Infantry Brigade, SOG, PLH, Zeus Spartans, AFI, obviously Severe, Tau, Chad, UPSC, and I think that's about it. We also have Navy, who isn't really affiliated. He's just FNF, but yeah, a big coalition, like you said. Lots of different
54v54.
Yes, so there's no advantage because we are just switching sides in and out, so we don't have that usual overflow with the just a large amount of people that we have on a usual Friday night fight.
So by the way, someone on the southern side
blame Logan, sure.
His weapon. I think he might have already saw something, but it was nothing. So Blue up already knew they were there though, so he didn't really give anything away. And to the north, I'm hearing some other shots here, but no kills.
Vonk is still looking way off to the northwest. I think he might just keep keeping his head on a swivel, but he doesn't seem to be on the track or on the trail of Blue 4 X-Ray, Tweaking and all of them. They do have a lot of Vector 21, so they have, I think, about 7 times magnification with the Vector 21. So definitely better than the 4 times with the ACOG, and should let them get some decent spotting in if they can see anything at least.
Now, are the rounds still 50-minute?
Yes, everything is the normal FNF framework. 15-minute safe start, 50-minute round timer, So it's going to be a little bit longer because we had a bit of an extended safe start for people having some connection issues. But otherwise, it is entirely the same. Caches, 2 of them. You can still mag dump them or blow them up to destroy them. I'm interested to see if we'll see Blue 4 guys, once they get a building spotted. Maybe it's someone who doesn't have a satchel charge spots the cache. Guy with a satchel charge just comes in, throws it inside that same building, destroys the entire building to get the cache.
Yeah, I would not be surprised if we saw a play like that either. But right now, 53 v 54. Navy, who was the gunner of an M2, was killed off in a skirmish between 2 M2 Humvees, an OP4, the OP4 one and one of the 2 Blue 4 ones. But right now, Blue 4 is just trying to figure out how they're going to maneuver here. OP4, knowing that some forces came down this route, have set up a little bit of a blocking force in a town south of the actual objective area. And I'll be curious to see if Blue 4, they do have a pincer already set up with 2 forces, basically from the get-go, actually, because half the force came in 3 trucks, the other half came in 2 transport trucks and a Humvee, and then Severe was in a command Humvee on his own, I guess organized and everything. But we've got Echo, Delta, and Foxtrot, Alpha Bravo Charlie, both half and half here. X-Ray on the other side trying to do some Overwatch. I would think that Blue 4 might try to send forces to this river and guide them up from here, which actually doesn't have that much defense on it. You just have one guy. But I think once Op4 realizes where Blue 4's forces are, you're going to see forces pull away from other defensive lines to try to fortify that spot. And that might give Blue 4 an opportunity to mount up their other pincer and try to push them into town from a different direction. I know Severe is really good at making plays like that.
Real quick.
So we'll just have to see how it goes. Go ahead.
PFC Stoller, that one guy you mentioned along the river, has just spotted movement to his far south. Point Man, King, Tom, Armor Jesus, Novix, that northern kind of echelon in this forest for Blue 4. He has definitely spotted them out with some binoculars. Doesn't have great eyes, but he just knows that someone's there. That's actually Platoon 2 HQ that I think he spotted, or at least someone in that team. So that should give Red 4 some decent information to start shifting their focus a bit more south. I think right now they're waiting on... They have a bit of a western detachment with Scandi, Fungi, and Nuclear Moose heading west. I guess trying to find that Humvee. But otherwise, they're waiting for X-Ray to do something on the northern side, whether that's spotting, some recon, or even drawing contact to the north to give them some breathing room on the south side. That should spoil Blue 4's plans being spotted out from such a far distance so early on.
By the way, Op4 X-Ray, who was in this large forest, we do have Vonk over here.
Oh, you discovered the issue.
I'm
Oh, that's
see.
Good.
I think he does have eyes
Hopefully.
on. Yep, Blue 4 X-Ray moving out. We just saw one of their heads right above the grass.
Yeah, they got a lot
so
closer to this position.
We might see Op4's X-Ray try to come around and counter Blue 4's X-Ray, but they might run into Twig and Warlords here and get some pick-off kills. But it's really going to be up to the commander of Op4 to see that as just the enemy marksman group coming up and not a larger force. Because if he tries to pull too many forces north to potentially counter this movement coming in, he will leave his south a little exposed here. And I will admit, Op4 is a little stretched thin here because they do have a lot of investment to the southwest as a blocking force. But if that pays off, and then we get people like,
we're having a bit of a skirmish here pretty soon with the X-Ray groups. I think, yeah, Twig King. So Vonk spotted a further group of SL Dream and Jay Stark.
Hasn't seen Twig and Warlord.
He just did because they just passed in front of him low, and they weren't able to see him. So now he has eyes on all 4. Blue 4, meanwhile, has spotted Red 4 X-Ray's Humvee that they stashed along this SSR. Just at the western edge of this forest that they're hiding in. So both are aware of the other team's positions, just to varying degrees.
Op4 put all of their charges in this forested area, though. So is Op4 X-Ray going to let those 2 guys get in there just to det the charges, or are they going to try to take them out?
I'm not sure. That is a very good question. I guess if they have them marked, which I would assume they do, then they should be able to make that call. But with it being 4 different people, that could be 4 different triggers. So that might be a bit of a a bit of a hurdle to get over as far as organization, but Warlords and Twin King actually getting into this forest without any opposition. I'm now not sure if Vonk actually did see them or not. He definitely saw. He's definitely still watching SLG and Stark way off to the north, but I could have sworn he spotted the other guys, but just did not
I
open
thought he
fire.
did too, because he was looking in the direction. Those
Yeah.
two guys were right under him. So I think Williams might be coming around to go deal with them or something.
Possibly.
It's hard to tell.
Maybe they just don't want to reveal their position so early, so early in the fight.
By the way, all the way to the south, a Blue 4 line of Scandi Recon has started engaging the Op 4 Humvee.
Very
that
nice.
Humvee quickly turned in and is pulling back. You do have Anderson down here as well, trying to get some scouting data to see how many forces are right there, but I would be willing to bet that Op 4 is going to start fortifying that southern line. One more thing to notice back on X-Ray is we still have T5 Bay looking up in this forested direction. I think he has a good keyhole that lets him see about 30 meters ahead. No, it's about 15 to 10 actually, but he is now quickly running up. He might get behind Twig and Warlords here.
I'm not sure why, but Anderson decided to open up on that Scandi Recon Charlie 2 line, got some bullets in the legs as recompense, and is now rolling away to try and bandage himself up, but I don't know.
He tried to get a quick kill and run, but...
Yes, which I don't think he did. No kill to
really
his credit.
good at countering shit like that.
That's unfortunate, Nordic. I wonder if it's something to do with the delay, because I've never done this before, but everything else seems to be running fine.
Otherwise, time is going to continue to get eaten, but I'm going to be honest, it's going to take Blue 4 a good 20 minutes to sweep that town for those caches, just because of the sheer size of searching. So
this is why I'm so concerned, yeah.
Yeah, if Blue 4 continues to be slow down here, they're eventually going to have to make a move, and they're just giving Op 4 more time to scout them out fully and get more data here. So hopefully we'll see an action in a little bit, but for now, I'm really concerned for Warlords and Twig, because T5 Bay is coming up.
Waiting in the wings, hiding amongst the bushes.
It's worrisome.
I'd be worried too. Hair sticking up on the back of my neck, knowing you're being watched. And I think, no, Bay isn't looking quite in the right direction. Looking through a bit of a clearing.
Anderson has gotten in the Humvee, and that Humvee is now pulling back. So they're conceding that forested area for Blue 4 to get in there.
Oh, fuck. Well, I didn't have time to do a prediction anyway. I'll have to remember to do that.
If the clock gets to the 45-minute mark and Blue 4 hasn't made any plans to move into that town, I think this is just going to be a time victory.
I think so, potentially as well. SLG and Stark did take a round from Red 4 X-Ray's marksman. I heard that SR-25 or Mark 11 ring out. Didn't seem to be a good hit. They've fallen back and are repositioning now. I wonder if that shot is going to bring Twig King and Warlords back up to the north. They've actually made it unscathed to the southeastern side. T5 Bay didn't spot them, and neither did Williams. So they might be attracted to that report and head more north now, which does look like is what is happening.
Yeah. T5A's got a little bit of a few good sight lines here, but it's still pretty poor visibility down there. Now, real quick, because people in chat are asking, this will be a best out of 3, but if one side wins both rounds, there won't be a third round. So when I say side in this case, I mean the 29th or the FNF coalition here. So
yes.
Scandi is now smoking to try to pull back. They put some smoke rounds on that forest. Interesting that Severe is playing this so defensive, but he does have his northeastern flank remounted in Vix. I think you're going to see these guys pull around and try to attack in the way that X-Rays come in on.
Potentially. I could see that happening as they mount back up into trucks, just going, we've been here too long, we've been made multiple times over. Let's, double back and go from the other way, which isn't too bad of an idea, but that could obviously lead them right into the trap of those explosive satchels. Obviously, they have no idea about that.
Warlords and Twig King might be right in T5A's sightlines here.
Ooh, yeah, this is going to be close.
They're very close.
This is going to turn to CQB. T5A is looking a bit more to the north-northeast into that clearing, I believe. Nah, this shrubbery is too thick. Yeah, going through those bushes and stuff. The rustle of the leaves. Warlords has spotted the Hescope areas way off to the west. So that's going to draw their attention a bit.
Interesting enough, T5 Bay went for a CCO site.
I just noticed that as well.
Site.
Yeah, I just noticed that as well. I have seen sometimes people grab two sites. They grab a CCO and then they grab an ACOG to kind of switch between, or some kind of magnified site. Because Bay definitely had an SU-230 earlier. So I think T5 Bay has those two sites to give them some kind of flexibility. Even though the SU-230 has an MRDS on the top, so a bit redundant in my opinion, but hey, what can you do?
T5 Bay is scoping out where Williams was. I thought I saw a small glimpse of him. But how far is he?
But Williams is on the same side. So, unless we have some PID issues. That'd be funny if we have some PID issues in this kind of hardcore.
And now you have Twig and Warlords crawling through the wheat field that's still here.
Yeah, what remains of it.
It's hilarious.
Stark and SLGM have pulled back into the forest way off to the north, so they're gonna try and break off completely. Maybe double back to their Vix and proceed on with those wheels. Hey, at least you got some hot food now. Very nice. Yeah, I think, by the way, Wolf Hunter, yeah, I think Red 4 is going to win this. It's just so heavily favored for the defending team, just in general. And with how things have unfolded so far, they can't really afford to lose anything.
To the south and then get up on this riverbed. But we do need to see Blue 4 make some sort of move here, because the clock is running.
Agreed. Yeah, seeing them now, they're loading up a bit more into their trucks. They should be moving out soon.
It's a full remount from the looks of things, yep.
So they could either go for a Thunder Run. I'm seeing Lusod is actually pointing back east, and that M2 Humvee. So they probably will double back to the starting position, or at least go back through Neumühle.
That Twig and Warlords have decided to run through an open field into
guns on their backs. No one's going to spot them either. T5 Bay is still looking into the forest. No one is looking out here to the east. Gates is over here. He's kind of got a tight angle, looking a bit more north to where Red 4 X-Ray's position is, so he's not going to be able to spot them. Sergeant Kai, Ergen. No, Ergen's looking east.
Believe that worked.
Kai is just hanging back, probably looking at his map. Yeah, they're on the other side. They ran through no man's land like it's fucking 1917 and came out the other side unscathed.
Who's to bet, that Blue 4 is going to take that, knowing they just ran through that open field unmolested, and they're going to Thunder Run their Vix up the same direction?
That's very possible, because they only took one shot from the Red 4 marksman team, and they weren't ever able to spot them again. And Red 4's X-Ray wasn't able to spot the rest of Blue 4 X-Ray, so yeah, they could very easily make that call on, hey, this worked for us, maybe it'll work for you. Now we do have Gates still looking around. They're hiding in this warehouse. Doors closed again, so that's good. Have they... Is that cracked? No, I think that's just how it is, completely closed. Yeah, you can crack open doors using Ace, so I would love to see some of that as far as sneaky. Yep.
But Blue 4 is completely mounted up. That's crazy. But no, they're not going... They're not
possibly
taking that
Nordic.
left. They're going
I don't know.
Somewhere else. Remaneuver this late in the game.
They could be going right back, all the way back up to spawn at Schreimlitz. Schwemlitz. And then going west from there to Bruchwedel. Coming down from there, and then coming down from the north, kind of where X-Ray came in, instead of going, kind of cutting over. Because that whole area to the northwest of Neumühle is completely unnavigated. They don't know what's there, so they're playing this completely safe, and it makes sense as far as what Sevilla is doing, because they are already at an even standing as far as numbers, so that means that the attacking side is at a disadvantage. If this does keep up, though, like you said, they're going to either run out of time or just throw their lives away fruitlessly in an attempt to, fight against the clock. But if that is what's going to happen, then that definitely puts the advantage in the second round for 29th Infantry Division and that side of this PvP matchup. So I'd be very interested to see how they use that advantage as far as the mentality that momentum. The momentum is a big thing, especially in Counter Strike, where so many rounds and rounds and rounds. There's a momentum. You can swing momentum
Hey,
back and
real
forth.
quick.
Go for
Twig
it. Go
has
for it.
spotted Ergen through a small keyhole
Ooh, that's
on the
dirty.
rooftop of the barn, or
That's
the
dirty.
third-story window. And then you've got Bekovic running right through the building. Blue Force and Warlord had a gun on him.
Are you what? It's like, what the fuck?
Fucking, we're playing some James Bond level bullshit here.
This is
like
Metal
Twig
Gear
King turns
Solid
around,
shit.
Like, where we
Fucking
spotted?
hell.
Huh?
Huh?
What
Did you hear that? What was that noise?
I hope Bedovic watches his back and sees just
Yeah,
how
that
close
was
he was
funny.
getting his head blown off right there.
That was funny.
But I know these guys really like to watch the VODs back because there are plenty of these instances, both on Friday and these special events, where it gets that fucking close, and they never realize it. But it hopefully teaches them, hey, keep your head on a fucking swivel.
Oh, he's going back.
Bedekovic
is going back to that same barn. Warlords is still watching that angle. And so, yeah, he's going to come right through. And, like, on a Sunday stroll.
Oh, my God. Warlord.
And I think Twig King spotted him, too. He was looking back down as well. He was like, what the fuck? Right.
As long as he doesn't see up, man, it's
oh,
okay.
man, that's fucking ridiculous.
I mean, it's reminding Twig and Warlords, though, if they go guns up, something silly happens, they're going to quickly get surrounded here. So this is them just kind of testing to see that, yeah, Op4 has a really big 360 going here. There are definitely people moving around in this town. It's going to be a tough fight, but hey, at
Meanwhile,
least they are starting to find buildings to see where the cash isn't. You know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. I'm seeing Blue 4 dismount back at spawn. Point Man is planking on air on the front of one of the transport trucks, and now he's on the ground and getting back in. But yeah, so they actually stopped at Schwemlitz, and I guess we're waiting to regroup, but now they're moving back around, yeah, that X-ray ingress over towards Brookvedel and to the north of the objective.
So Williams right now is actually combing around in this forested area. I feel like I don't want to believe that Vonk and Rod did not spot those two guys moving through the open field right in front of them. Like, it's
I
possible,
know, right? But I saw him look right down at them, and
this has been.
I got no clue. Could see, yeah. I'm confused to that as well, because the only thing I can think of that they didn't open fire on them immediately was that they'd give their position away, so that's why they didn't. Otherwise, I really don't know.
I think they're just going to go the route that X-Ray scouted off, but we do have Rod and Vonk looking in these directions. I'm going to go in Vonk's first person here. He just went out of the bino as soon as I could have potentially seen a Vic charge through, so I haven't seen any tells just yet. Nah, the forest, it's just too thick. They don't have any good eyes on.
What's interesting is, yeah, they've actually pulled back a bit on the south side, Red 4, into Sutorf a bit more. The M2 Humvee is still down here, so I think maybe they're trying to maybe just keep all their bases covered. They haven't really taken any casualties, though. In fact, I don't know if they've taken any. Yeah, I'm seeing not a single skull on Red 4.
Yep.
So they're still at full strength.
Yeah, so I don't think Vonk spotted that group coming in because he's still looking around, just hasn't spotted anything just yet, so...
Yeah, there's a bit too much foliage. There's a few keyholes that he could look through, but from his position... Oh, he actually might have just spotted command there as they passed through. He's looking off to his northeast.
No, I've checked at that angle. There's just too many trees in the way that block the actual road.
Yeah, I'm seeing Delta 2 now pass that same area, and that's just too much. So yeah, now they're coming all the way around over here with that Blue 4 X-ray group kind of as a splinter cell almost, just holding down, saying, we got a spot here. They just need to get to them. With the rest of the X-ray team on the western side of this SSR to the north, or I guess in between these two SSRs in the field, um, they know that this area is relatively clear up to them as well. So they have a bit more of a staging point than they did to the south, to their credit, but
I think there's actually a potential plan here. What if they had Warlords and Twig King find 1 or 2 guys to headshot just to make a little bit of noise to pull people towards them?
yeah,
That with the fact that Op4 does have units to the southwest, which I think Blue already knew about. That's why they pulled away, thinking that they fortified this route. That does give Blue 4 a pseudo number advantage to work with, at least in attacking this AO before Op4 takes Delta and moves it back in the town to reinforce.
Jarvis walking through the barn as well. Nope, he passes it actually.
Amazing. There is a little bit of wiggle room here for Blue 4 to work with. They just have to know how to capitalize on it.
Tricking, like I said, dead spot Ergen.
I'm watching Dot here. He does have his rangefinder out. He is looking around, making sure Blue 4 doesn't do a rush right here. So
it looks like they won't be trying it either.
Warlords and Twig can make a big enough bane here and take out a few Op4 guys. I could see them.
Yeah, coming in from the northwest or something. Yeah. Yeah, that I think is about their only choice right now, as we're coming up on almost 50 minutes. Yeah, we're going to come up to probably, I think we're probably about 20 minutes left right now with the extended safe start. We're right about 20 minutes, so there's not a lot of time left at all.
Twig still has his gun trained on Ergen, though.
Yeah, whatever they're gonna do, they need to do it fast.
Yep.
And they're not gonna be doing it fast by dismounting north of the field. I think they're gonna be getting back in and yeah, doing that kind of thunder run because they ought to be watching watching the clock right now.
They need to time that thunder run though and give Twig and the other guy at least 1 to 2 minutes to start engaging. I mean,
I'd say even less, like 30 seconds to a minute top.
Well, no, because you need the initial reaction and then Op4's reaction of, wait, what the hell's going on? There it is. Twig taking out Ergen.
Nice. Good kill. Clean.
And now you're going to hear...
Here's the thing, though. They're both using M4s.
Yep.
So they're going to hear those gunshots.
They're going to be able to keyhole him from the side. Benovich, though, he's pulling back because he heard that movement.
Yeah, I think you heard the door opening.
Keyhole from an opening into the barn. So now Op4, I'm waiting to see if there's going to be a reaction of forces being sent around. Yep,
there's the opening.
Run, though. Gates and Kernshaw were sent around, but...
Yeah, I think you're right. They kind of misplayed this, and not to really their fault.
Like another minute or so of just getting that reaction in play, but at least now with this going on, this does give Twig and Warlord some time to run around and try to figure
Flux got sniped out. That truck is driverless now as it barrels into the fucking northern side of this town, but it's on a straight shot. It's gonna get in there. Hits a tree, still keeps moving. They need to hop out now as they're getting sprayed down. 5 of them get out. 5 of the 10 survive.
5 out of the 10. Hot damn. I mean, Blue 4 had to make a move.
Absolutely. No, this was their only real chance right here. And they're just getting shreked. I think that was 2 RPGs or laws that went out over to this western position, this northwestern side of Dormta. That's another rocket sailing over. 15-minute timer. And yeah, like we mentioned before, there's just so many angles, so many buildings to search. I don't think that they have the time.
Literally running past each other.
Twig King's little team has died. Twig King's still alive, but his buddy's dead. They both got mowed down next to a garage. I don't see Blue 4 pulling this back.
Maneuvering through an open field to go around, not the smartest idea, but I also understand why they're doing it.
Problem now,
This
though,
how messy
is
it's getting.
problem now is though that Cool
Boss
Breeze
Sport
and
picking
his
the
group
worst
are
time
coming
to do
back.
medical. He can get a lot of free kills right here. And he's noticing.
Yep, get that spray down. Toss the grenade.
Throw grenades.
2 of them.
2 grenades going out. Nice.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's gonna do a lot of damage.
Nim goes down. Lots of people are hurting. Of course,
and
Nim, right?
Now firing over.
That's 3 down.
Banks and Lurch as well.
Handwich looks back, doesn't know where the shots are coming from, and he gets some 5.56 to the face.
Quickly is running around though. Runs
Quickie.
right in front of Bose. That makes Bose panic.
Yep, and Quickie goes down. Brandy doesn't know what the fuck is going on. Broad doesn't know what's going on. Smith doesn't know what's going on. Nuclear Moose gets to the behind the Mazcaz, but he gets taken down as well, because it's the classic, hey, all these people are down. I should go medic them.
Voss spots Smith as he tries to poke through the bush.
What is Voss on right now? He's on 3 right now.
3 kills, 4 additional downs. And he is just stopping Blue 4's momentum here.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing what one well-placed guy can do in PvP.
No kidding.
So Voss is now trying to spot through the bush, but he can get some pickoffs. Gets Hudson.
Gets Neil.
If he looks left, he's going to see all these guys now trying to deal with this Mazcaz.
And again, same issue. Just rinse and repeat. Brooke goes down. No, that was either... Yeah, that was Brooke. Iander realizes something's up. Iander realizes something's up. Tries to run. But no, Yanni also goes down.
Back up, though. He's crawling through the smoke. Still trying to figure out what's going on.
5 kills now for Voss and another 6 or 7
kills.
down.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're right. What a crazy Chad here.
Absolute god tier
Smoke
move.
is hiding his position, but because of the, it's basically M4s, all
yeah,
5.56.
The audio PID.
That weapon PID.
Yep.
So this is just a perfect example of why you always, when you have different weapon PID, you steal the opponent's gun, because this is the bullshit you can get away with. And, I mean, for me, Blue 4's done. But
yeah.
This crazy level of Mazcaz here, caused by one person in the perfect spot. And I think he's going to keep going.
Usad's trying to make something happen. He just took down Robertson over to the east. And he's trying to get some picks, which should open it up, but this is kind of too late. Boss is on 6 kills.
They're going to turn that to a CCP, but when that smoke runs
Hey,
out...
Iander, yeah, dude, I watched you get fucking wrecked, my guy.
No one's thought to check.
No special shirt. This isn't a bad look, I don't think. This is incredible from Voss. With another 5 still down for him.
Gets flying.
Sick.
8 kills for Voss.
Jesus. This isn't even fair. He's just shooting fish in a barrel at this point. But I'm with you as far as Twig King, him and his battle buddy, they needed to make their presence a lot larger. Throw those grenades. Yeah. Mag dump people. Don't get clean kills, but mag dump. And just make your presence huge.
He's gonna see more movement here.
Yep. And 3, 2, 1. And Dryden's dead. Davies hits the ground. Severe Commander is down. Az is dead. That's all of Scandi. Finally.
Jesus, knocking Voss out.
Oh, I gotta check his final kill count. He was on 8 as when he died, and there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down for him. Severe woke back up. Dryden woke back up. Lucky fucking bastard.
We do have a medic on site, but this many people down, I think there's going to be at least 1 or 2 more KIA out of that. So Voss MVP for Op4 there.
Absolutely.
Pretty much stopping Blue 4's attack here. Now, we do still have a little bit of a Blue 4 force here, but the sheer amount of Op4 guys are going to have to fight through, and the fact that there is only 10 minutes remaining, it's going to be very, very difficult for Blue 4 to bounce back. Still possible.
That's putting it lightly. Yeah, I mean, technically still possible because they just have to go destroy the caches. That's it. But even that's a tall order. As some grenades, some more destroy a little shed over by Vagrant and Buckets. They're not too far off from the positions, though.
Only explosive specialist still up, though.
Oy.
out of the entire platoon. So out of 4, they only have 1 guy that can throw satchels right now.
Yeah, and right now he's getting focused down by Valenti on the roof of the tavern or apartment building, whatever you want to call this. Lusaw doesn't realize that Valenti's next to him, and he gets a half a mag to the side of the head. Poor Lusaw, he was doing so well too.
OPFOR, one of the biggest weaknesses that they have right now is their forces are so spread out that there's no battle buddy system in play. So when OPFOR starts losing people, they don't know just how much they've lost in this case. So it's really hard for them to kind of get a fixture here on just where the enemy force is and where friendly forces are, because there's just so much intermingling right now between OPFOR and Blue 4 forces.
Yep, speaking of which, Dot pushes in, gets a kill. I think it was Vagrant. Yeah. So yeah, now this northeastern, northeastern push has been completely taken down. Indigo running through the town with his M2 Humvee. Gonna come across Nelson Halls and Cosmonaut over here on the south side. And yeah, Indigo is now trying to do what Twig King did, as far as just drawing attention away.
A little over 8 minutes remaining. But it is an absolute slaughter. I mean, just Severe, the ground command, looking at all of these dead Blue 4 guys, all caused by one well-placed character. In my opinion, Boss's
The right man in the wrong place can make all the difference in the world.
And now you got Cyrus on the other side also firing in.
Yep.
It's just the sheer amount of
I'm pretty sure Voss took down all of, most of, if not all of Scandi behind this these 2 buildings here. The only 2 surviving are Nim and Az. And even then, they're not waking up. Yeah, Severe, I think, might have stabilized them, but there's not much he can do on his lonesome. 4IB coming around this this western side, coming around towards the south. Getting in a firefight with Germania, who goes down, and Dreek is the last one.
Yep.
And they're starting to get closer and closer. 6.5? Jeez. Nah, I'm really not seeing them with the amount of buildings they have to clear bit by bit.
If Blue 4 had more time, I still wouldn't see it, because OPFOR just, they're rallied around the actual cache sites. Blue 4 just lost way too many guys. I mean, there's no way to counter what Blue 4 ran into. It was, again, just, you know, wrong place at the wrong time. And no one decided to check out what the gunfire was, because Blue 4 in that massive charge, it's really hard to, if not impossible, to coordinate infantry when everyone's doing a thunder run.
That is very true.
Someone is in a good spot to capitalize on that, they're going to be golden. So I would definitely, again, say Bonk is the MVP here. Brandy doing a great job pushing around, taking out Dreek. Takes fire from Anderson and Cyrus. But looking at Blue 4's forces here, we got Kane and Tom moving up. But Carlson, one of the best players in FNF, I'd say, close by, isn't aware of their presence, though. But just the sheer amount of forces on Garrison here, I don't see it.
Indigo has made his way to the eastern side of town, kind of looking for stuff on his own. He's just a crewman, but he could still very easily mag dump, throw some grenades, and probably take down one cache on his own. Spots Robertson, but he's able to get away, but not before getting a nice round to the head and turning his skull around. Shots going in retaliation to Indigo's position. So now we're in a firefight, and I don't think he is long for this world. As far as what Blue 4 actually did, I understand why they stopped and pulled back. I just feel like they took way too long to do it, to make a decision. They had their decision, and they went through with it, eventually. But I feel like instead of going through Sutorf, there's that bridge over by Nelson's position, just south of Dormta. That is definitely a fatal funnel, but that would have been preferable given their position where they happen to be, trying to rush through that and get into this fork on the south side of the city, or this intersection rather, near Cyrus's position. Getting in there and getting a foothold in there, trying to do something around that side, rather than taking all that time to go around the entire layout. Yeah, what's up?
Let me tell you about my man Wuna right here. Blue 4 right next to one of the cache sites. Just dismounted in front of 4 dudes. got out, threw a smoke grenade, and crawled into the smoke grenade, and Op4 just decided to look away as he did it.
Ninja vanish.
Ninja. That's a good way to put it, yeah. Hey, just fucking pulled
Smoke
a
no
fast one
jutsu.
right
Does some hand signals, smoke grenade pops up at his feet. He's the
there.
same person who got stuck in the rock, so...
Trying to find this sector. Except Indigo Fox getting shot at by Sholin, but was able to get back in cover. Throws a frag grenade behind him for the Ninja Vanish. And Blue 4, I mean, on the other side here to this other cache. Blue 4, honestly, in striking position next to both caches here. So they got very close.
They're gonna beat a satellite there.
At this point. Keen just went a one-on-one with a...
no, Iander died by getting sprayed down in the back of the head.
3-1 ratio over Blue 4 right now.
Oh yeah, no, with 3 minutes and change left to go. I ain't seeing it, Chief.
Yeah.
We did see, yeah, Wuna did get out near the one of the caches, but obviously was not aware of its position. And even if he tried to go into this building, would have been caught out and died. And even as I say that, Wuna from across the way got picked off, I think, by Mr. Xena.
First class, Merzina, yep.
Yeah, or Merzina, Mr. Xena, whatever. And yeah, this is
by one of these caches. Ground command for Op4, still alive. Severe though is bleeding out by a tree. He is Blue 4's ground command, and I don't see it for Blue 4. 3 minutes remaining. Blue 4 would, like, they don't know where to look for these caches other than these massive black areas. So I can definitely see why it is defender focused. But I have a feeling that coalition forces between all FNF clans are going to be able to definitely hold a similar AO to this one.
Agreed. Yeah.
Okay here. Bay Potato getting tapped. Wuna waking back up, pops a smoke grenade and starts bandaging.
I will say before this started, both sides were given the maps in advance to just look over them, check things out. So I don't know if they actually did any planning on them, but they did clear all of them and approved them. So I don't think there's any real surprises here as far as that.
Wuna throwing on the lag switch here. Will it be enough, though?
With Arma, we'll see. Usually it favors the shooter, not the shootee.
Less than 2 minutes remaining.
There it is. And another one to the head for good measure. Wuna drops down about 5 seconds after getting shot.
Leonox firing across the street, getting the Op4 guy on the rooftop.
Ooh, Sholin gets another kill.
They spotted the cache from the window cell up there. But I'd imagine that 249, if it saw it, would start trying to tag dump it. But, oh gosh, no, it's not viable from that second story. What a shame.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And again, just seeing how close, even though Blue 4 got spanked, just how close they are to these cache sites is absolutely amazing.
Mito
knocking out Mito.
Mito actually getting a kill on, I think it was Choser or something along those lines.
Mito was Wuna, never mind.
Yeah, I think it was Otteran actually.
But Fox. I don't know.
Who knows? We're bad at this.
Very bad at this. Dreams,
yes.
though, he's watching up for X-ray mounts.
Oh no.
The enemy on the fucking.
Tan is pushing into Mito's position. Sees the dead body on the ground. He's going, wait, what's going on? What's going on in here? But doesn't check his right, and he checked his left, but didn't check his right. Yep, that's one way to do it.
You know, on 4 kills, 3 of them happen to be in this room. 25 seconds remaining.
Mito does have the opportunity to get in and possibly destroy this. Holy shit, he is.
Halt here is going to wrap this all up, and there goes Mito.
Oh, well.
Rest in peace. FNF Coalition has lost round 1, 29th ID, winning on a honestly defensive bias operation, but there will be a side switch, and we'll see how this all goes down in round 2. So, if the 29th wins round 2, which is unlikely, but hey, you never know, there will be no third round. 29th ID will be declared the winners of this Saturday night scuffle. But if they lose and the FNF coalition is able to hold, we will go into a tiebreak for round 3, which will be a neutral fight. So there is the victory there. I would again say Funk definitely was the MVP
Voss.
there with that. It was Voss, my bad.
Yes.
Just absolutely
Similar names.
annihilating Blue 4 on that angle. God damn. Let's go back downstairs.
Yeah.
Aim at the balls as usual.
I didn't know
Hold
we
my-
parked right next to the
Hey, guys.
cash building.
As expected, it was definitely a lopsided defense, as you guys all know. We were aware of this instance, so we knew it was going to happen. But anyway, next round loaded up. The Op 4 now will be the Coalition, and Blue 4 will be the 29th. Any questions, comments, concerns, please give it to your community leaders, and they can relay it up.
Did the FNF
pretty fucking
gain
cool.
any slots or lose any slots? My guys are here now for FC.
We'll find out when we all slot up again and figure out the count.
Yeah.
Round 2 incoming. Here we go. Slot screen up.
Ruha, search and destroy.
29th,
Also
Rosina.
close.
I need you to move. I'm going to tell you your slots shortly.
That's 29th Blue 4, 9th Blue 4. I did
29th, you are blue 4. 29th, blue 4.
Drake.
Wait, the mission description says 29.
I know, I messed it up.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah, it was a copy and paste of the last mission. So the Op 4, I believe so, right? Correct, Nemesis? That Op 4 is always defending.
No. That's how he said it in the mission.
Yeah, hold on, I'll look at the screenshots. Are the screenshots red objectives, correct?
Look at the mission file. dude.
I know. Well, I'm just double checking to make sure. I believe so, yes. Yes, the
East is defending. So yeah, red forest.
I just messed up the description on top. Apologies, everyone. But it is essentially a mirror match of
About
the
10
last
seconds.
4 assets, except really the only thing that's changed is uniforms. All right, but let's get close to 55 and 53 again. We can get rocking, guys.
NASA owes your friend a favor because he let them use his big S4 as a backup Doppler radar. Jesus. That's a salad you could probably beat up.
Is Thorn coming back?
Yeah, it crashed.
Well, of course I don't get transcoding. I don't notice because
I
I
don't
have
know
5
why
minute
it told
delay.
me that the cache was outside the cache area. Turns out to be I parked right next to the cache building. Just
Hey, Alibrad and Lennox,
Oh.
you can swap out, please.
Ow, that hurt.
29th, who are we missing?
Bravo will account it.
Still didn't. He did contact me.
Can I get Gibson and Hudson to switch teams, switch slots? I mean,
Eagle is in the wrong spot as well. Shafley should be there.
Bede, I don't know what to say to that. Just
Affirm, I'll wait.
warlords are here.
Gibson, move to medic Alpha.
Yeah, I am.
Alright, slot up.
Hudson and Gibson were swept.
Eagle's
Rosina,
still
are
in
you
the wrong
slotted? Rosina? Mr. Zena. If I don't, you find him.
Can you go to the bathroom?
On it.
We got a 1 RW, shouldn't he be on the other team?
He shouldn't be here. Not sure he was invited.
Fast Fusilier J Firefly. 1 RW, almost Delta 1.
Sorry,
Yep.
1RW.
This is I guess, a private thing. Yeah.
We're still waiting on 2 people on Op 4. Who is that? 4RB, is that you guys?
You got Scandinavian got one guy missing an offer.
Valenti is
He's joining.
Case for team medic. He's fine. Where's,
Yeah, he said he would.
into squad medic for Alpha. Is Trasiak back? He's not slotted.
Where's Dennis back?
I'm here.
What's up?
Yeah, I'm remembered the spot.
Jack, can you hear me?
Well, Nafs is in my slot.
Is Cool Breeze with MRB?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. And then Trasiak, are you here?
Yes.
So, for the second one, like I said, these sides will be switching. FNF will be defending 29th Infantry Division, not Battalion, as I thought. I was miscalling them that. 29th will be attacking. FNF will be defending on Ruha. Should be fairly similar constraints. Oh, excuse me. I don't know what happened there. But, yeah, fairly similar as far as the setup and everything happening.
Give him permission, he's called Heb, said Hess.
We'd have
Drake.
to take one in.
Sorry, go ahead for Drake.
Can we get apparently another person joining?
Yeah, I got him. Stand by. What group?
Scanning ring is still missing 1 and 4. So he's
Say
coming.
again, group.
Yeah.
He doesn't have channel punch? No, he doesn't. Oh, thank you for
Up to
much.
15
I
at
actually
least.
now
Staff, please hold for a
can
second. What group? All right, someone's
make a prediction.
I will get him down in here. Get the men slotted. People that have a reserve slot. And we're gonna fill them up with reserves that get in. Get the show on the road.
Where's Hess? Hess, jump a channel with me so I can find you real quick. It's 29th.
Lobby, Hess is in the lobby.
Oh, he is. Got it.
That would make us 56 though, Drake.
Twig, are you guys with 56?
Hey,
Come on,
Malin.
56, yeah, we have plenty of
Hello,
reserves to match that. We should at least.
Open
my
up one
Spectre
more
is
then,
that
'cause
right?
we got
Yes, okay, cool.
incoming.
Oh, let's
Times
go.
one.
Guy is here now. He's joining in on a slot in a sec. There he is.
Alright. Anybody who wants to get a reserve in, 2 slots. Got it now.
Opsy just got 2 guys in.
Okay, alright.
Hess is good to go.
Get him in 60 seconds, or we're gonna get someone else in here who can.
Hess needs to enable his
Delicious,
microphone.
delicious whiskey. Oh, this cute little bottle. It's so cute. I could fit it in my pocket if I wanted to.
Welcome, Hess.
See?
Is Hess on the server yet?
I just pull it out,
He
start
says he's
drinking. Look at
joining.
that. It's so convenient. I just finished streaming Sniper's Ops,
loading.
and now I get to mod barbs.
Cool.
Nice. What would I do without you?
I didn't realize Indigo jumped in. Hi, Indigo.
Hello? Yeah.
I was just saying hi. I didn't realize you were on the other side today. Welcome.
Been here.
Alright, I believe we have one more incoming. Reserve people? Yes, no?
There is one from 29 joining.
Okay. Do I have anybody on Op 4 joining? Oh, we're at
Yeah, we're
56
good.
out of 56? Okay. Alright, yeah, we're good then. Alright, if you want to launch it, Drake, we can.
Are you ready, Lieutenant Stray?
It seems we're only 55.
Yeah, well,
slotted
we're
in.
waiting for Hess. He needs to join in progress at this point. I'm ready.
Is somebody working with him on that? Okay. I will go ahead and hit OK, and this time we're going to let everybody load into the map screen. All right. Round 2 starts. Right. Go ahead.
And Hess joined in-game? In his
15 minutes
Safe
safe start. Yep. Once that 15-minute safe start is over, though, then he'll just pop into spectate. As I was saying, round 2 starts right now.
All right. Yeah, it's a 5-minute delay.
I'm an artist. I'm a
performance artist.
Twitch Pri 55555555555. Also Barby could be casting this, but Leru showed up and oof.
Yep, exactly. Leru showed up and oof. I've.
Alright, they keep bumping around, Barb.
It's the funniest thing because it's like they don't do this every week. I don't know if it's because it's a even fight thing or they're taking it more seriously, that they're just like being a lot more nitpicky about things, but it's still just, I don't know, they'll be them. Otherwise. Round 2. Sides have been switched. 29th ID is is attacking this time, and the FNF coalition is defending. Factions are the same. Op4 is still defending. Blue 4 is still attacking. But the people behind the screens have changed.
So looking at this 1AO here, a little bit more forested routes to get in all around the town. When I look at it locally, I'll judge it, but that first defensive AO was pretty nice. Like, it forced a Thunder Run. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
This one, it looks a little tougher on the map itself.
I'm with you on that. Now that we're in, let's check it out on the ground. I think that southeast area is still going to be pretty open along that river, and that should still provide a natural barrier to kind of avoid for the attacking side. But as for the rest of it, yeah, the southern and southern to southeast is pretty heavily forested. Terrain is also going to be working against the defenders if they are not the ones holding that area. I'm not sure.
I'm gonna be honest, like looking at the AO here, we got a thick forest to the southeast, thick forest to the southwest. Little open areas though, but let me actually count the ways that like branched out forest units can come in. You got this really nice area to the east right here.
That is really shallow.
You've got the southern approach, so you got some open areas coming in, but that's part of the search area for the cache itself. I would say this AO is a little tougher to defend.
I would agree with you, because of the... yeah, I'm definitely with you, especially with... in terms of that river, I thought that's going to be a nice natural barrier. It's shallow as fuck. A truck can easily drive through that, whereas on Roche, those things will stop a truck dead. So that's not exactly a hindrance for Red 4, but it's not a natural barrier like I thought it was at first. I think infantry can also get across most of this river without having to go into the swim animation, i.e. they get to keep their gun out and up.
Yeah.
As for the rest of this AO, if they were to just proceed down along the railroad tracks and then branch off right at the town of Hitala, that alone gives them plenty of wiggle room to move around and like go on the fly, adjust to the contact, whether it's there or not. If they go down this road going straight north, they take contact, they can divert off to the right, divert off to the left into those clearings, or even into the forests on the other side of those clearings. So, yeah, I think Red 4 is going to have to almost do an active defense and try and get early eyes on what this does now, or on what Blue 4 does. And
Red 4 does have an advantage here with the caches, though. They're a little closer together, so they can actually make a more unified defense here. But if they try to do that, that just leaves a lot of wiggle room from the east, southeast, to have Blue 4 come around. You know, with the previous AO, there were these massive open fields and these massive kill zones you had for the defending faction to use. Granted, I'll give credit to this AO. There is one to the east, but that's it. Like, it's small compared to
and
what
they
we
don't
saw
have
last
to.
time.
That's also that field to the east is nowhere near between Blue 4 spawn and their objective.
Yeah, there's a lot of room for Blue 4 to kind of attack this AO. The attacking faction isn't really going to be forced into a Thunder Run, because there's just a lot of terrain that they can utilize to actually move into this AO. So I'm a little disappointed in that. I think the best way to have it is literally keep the same map, find two towns that have very similar AOs, and just run it, because this it is supposed to be a little more competitive. They want us on 5-minute delays because they want this to be a tell of who's better, the communities that come in to play FNF.
Leave nothing to
or
doubt.
the 29th. Yeah, and this just feels a little biased here. So I don't know. That's just my 2 cents.
I see what you mean. I feel like it's almost not in the spirit to do it in the same map, because then well,
like I said, 2 similar sized towns, but if one town has a bunch of open fields around it, then the other town should have a bunch of open fields around it,
Yes, Sparky, I know, but it was requested.
Am I sounding crazy?
No, you're really not. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate a bit. It's I'm for it in that sense of out of the fairness. If they really want this to be fair, then yeah, make it as even as possible in every respect and regard. And to that extent, I don't think that the map choice here favors Red 4 in the same way that it favored, it doesn't favor FNF the coalition.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes. We'll see what happens. I mean, like you said, these 2 caches are closer together, so they could form a bit of a tighter defense. But with how much forest cover there is leading up and even inside of the town, especially with the more varied terrain that is just more present on Ruha than it is on Roche, I could very easily see the attacking side committing to a rush and being able to get away with it a lot more easily than what the FNF coalition was able to do in the first round.
But don't get me wrong, there's still a massive advantage for the FNF
I have no idea what the
here.
difference is between either,
numbers,
Sparky.
Defenders always get the advantage of, they get to make fortifications, and I expect them to, build around the caches. We've already seen some HESCO barriers put down. We could see some explosive traps put. Since the AO here is a bit tighter, and they might reconsolidate, this actually lets them put explosive traps directly on routes that they know the enemy is going to take. So there are still some hidden advantages here that Op4 can utilize, but I'm one of those guys where if you want to have, a tell-all event, you have to keep it as even as possible. So I'm going to be a little pissy for the rest of the stream about that. But
understandable.
Well,
I'm absolutely with you on that. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you in that regard. If this is what they want to do.
Yeah, I've dealt with a lot of that attitude in Arma 3 PvP in the past over some really heavily biased operations.
Yeah.
To the point it just turns me off from PvP, even if I see it to commentate on it. But we'll see.
We'll get through it.
If for the last round, if Bach wasn't in that position to kill like literally 12 to 13 of the attacking faction, that could have been a completely different op, but it's just going to be all about, does Op4 have a member of Scandi Recon somewhere in a bush to kill another 12 to 13 people?
This is Ruha, which I think is modeled after Finland, so this might be their own home territory to work with.
Home field advantage, it was Voss, by the way. I keep pushing
yeah.
We'll be
by the way,
watching him though for this round to see if we can make that magic happen again.
Absolutely, and you already mentioned the HESCO barriers and fortifications. I think they need to use those as a perimeter around the town and for checkpoints and stuff, and they shouldn't fortify the target buildings themselves, because just like with the first round, these cache search areas are the entire town. So by reinforcing specific buildings, that naturally makes them a target, and could very easily undo their own defenses by telling the attacking team, hey, this is where you should concentrate if you want to find the caches. So I'm hoping to see that they kind of spread out the fortifications and entrenchments, but we shall see.
All right, let's talk about ways that Blue 4 can attack this AO. With it being a little tighter here, clearly there is, we have already harpered on this, the eastern approach into this area. They could also go along on the western side. The bridge is going to be a little bit tough, but that can let them in through the back. Specifically, they can cross the river right here because it's not too deep. They can just walk over this and follow the riverbed in on the direct northern approach, specifically north western approach. My bad.
Mhm.
And then there is also some wiggle room from the northeast as well. So a lot of ways that Blue Fort can kind of encroach on this AK the 29th here. What are your thoughts?
It's going to depend, I think, a lot on. I mean, this sounds obvious, but it's going to depend on which direction the Blue Fort decides to go on this. Just looking at the map, they probably will try to avoid the western side, try and avoid those big open fields, in favor of the thicker forests along the railroad lines. So I think if they're just looking at the map, they will go along the railroad lines, go to that southeast, maybe wrap around to the east, and go through like markers 2-8 and 2-5 over there southeast of the town itself. I think they're going to try to go through there. Maybe go on the road as a thunder run into Kitala, but we will see.
I think it's
would
going to be less likely to see those thunder runs this round because there's a lot more room for caution for the 29th attacking for this round.
Kind of. I mean, again, just by looking at the map, they can tell already. Yeah, we got a lot of forest to work with. A lot of natural terrain cover. You can see it going from 9 meters to 28, 23, 25, 12. Like, there's a lot of variance in the terrain for them to work with on this eastern side. And that, along with the fact that they have that round advantage to where they can be a little reckless, and if it bites them in the ass, then they don't lose immediately. Red 4, in this case, the FNF coalition, they have to win this, or they lose the matchup.
Yep, and there won't be a tiebreaker. Real quick, Barb, let's go over who's in the FNF coalition again, because it is a new round. I'll be cutting the vids that way, and chat's already asking about it again. Give me the list. Thing.
The list of Blue 4 is the attacking side. That is 29th ID, supplemented by 2nd MRB. The people who pretty much run FNF. As for the FNF Visitors Side Coalition, we have Scandi Recon, 4th Infantry Brigade, or aka 4IB, UPSE, SOG, Scandi, PLH, Zoo Spartans, AFI, Tau, Chad, and I believe that is it.
It was an invitational as well, so only certain groups were invited to partake in
the
this
elite of the elite.
Slightly smaller compared to the 124 we see, which is like a 62v62. But otherwise, I mean, that would be flat because normally there's number advantages within FNF. Usually the attackers get that set advantage. One thing I do want to point out to you real quick, though, before we get into that, is Eastern MSR, Indigo Fox, and Navy already ready to go in that M2 Humvee. Probably Navy is going to look for some revenge here, but because he got killed off so early, they're going to go out and try to set up a counterattack maneuver. We have another Humvee unarmed with 4 guys ready to go. That is the X-Ray group, and then we have a large counterattack.
That was my ooh.
Oh dear.
So they will be doing that kind of active defense and getting a bit of a vanguard force to, I don't know if they're going to set up maybe along the railroad crossing over there, but because there's a bridge and some terrain that isn't really accurately reflected on the map. That is a bit concerning, so they may be in for a surprise there. But yeah, it looks like they're going to be doing that kind of more active defense. F-18s and F-14s of
Blue 4, they do have
combat,
2 SSRs.
14Ds have better engines and avionics, better ECM.
Pull back and take the MSR up and do a wide eastern flank. But that's why you have all these vehicles going in these different directions to try to find where that main force is going to go to counter it effectively. But again, commanding the coalition, we see him time and time again, whether it be in the actual coalition community, which is a different PvP place, or FNF, or in their very own Arma Finland group. Severe is a great commander, in my opinion, and a perfect choice for leading something like this. And then on the 29th ID guy, you have 2nd Lieutenant Stray, who so far has gotten a win for the 29th ID in the first round, but let's see if he can capture that lightning in a bottle twice, utilizing the power of Voss to put him in a great position to eliminate 2 squads of infantry again.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
Yeah, like we've been saying, I don't want to take too much away from Stray because he obviously knew what he was doing. All the movements from the defending side in the first round were very calculated, but yeah, he definitely had the advantage with that terrain. So we'll see if he's able to switch his brain from defending to attacking and see what he's able to do with this pretty heavily forested terrain.
One more thing I want to point out. Defending faction gets 1 M2 Humvee. Attacking faction gets 2 attack Humvees. Otherwise, it's just transport vehicles and a few unarmored Humvees for movement. The Op4 force, actually it's not even Op4. For both rounds, the Coalition was a British force with 5.56 rifles, and then 29th ID were Marpat Marine Woodland camo with also 5.56. So it's been a mirror match of 5.56, a Maz for their mat weapon, and Charlie 2. Charlie 1 in both Foxtrot teams got the M240 Bravo. So everything is completely even to make sure there's not any small caliber advantages given either side. So Op4 is saying they're all good. They just got their last guy in for 56, and I think Blue 4 is also ready to go. So
Hell
we'll
yeah.
have to see how this proactive defense is done by Op4. If they can catch Blue 4 with their pants down, we're probably going to see a very quick transition into round 3. But I'll be curious to
20,
see how
27.
the 29th decides to screen
their
convoys here.
This southern counter defense, whatever you want to call it, for Red 4, this big convoy is 27 players. You can do the math on that, I'm sure.
That is literally half of their force.
Oh,
Slightly
yeah.
under, actually. But
Good luck,
there
have
is
fun.
the mission start.
Lurch, no.
We'll see how things goes.
Lurch almost drove into the back of Flying Finn's truck.
Amazing. I'm gonna watch Blue 4 in case they have a screw up.
Sure, I'll watch Red.
That would suck though. If you're Blue 4, you're you have a win in the bag, you're ready to go, and then 2 Vix arma into each other, and you lose 10 guys off the get-go. That'd be pretty damn funny.
It'd be funny, but only because of how unfortunate it would be.
Looks like Blue 4 has Shoal and AFK though, so they might already be down a man.
And an auto rifle
meanwhile,
too.
No one's stuck in Op4 spawn, so that is not good. Because they're not leaving Shoal and any vehicles to move up with. How unfortunate. They're going to be down an auto rifle too.
So, yep, that southern convoy has gone towards the railway bridge.
Yeah.
And going to be holding over there, which...
Yeah. They're taking a left approach, but
far left
set
approach.
up right here to watch this group come in. So we might see this proactive attack potentially flank around on the southern side or quickly redeploy at a different route. We also have Bay Potato and Aim at the Balls, who has changed his name to Aim at the Stars, also watching that road as a fallback group.
Yeah,
but
I
it looks
definitely...
like that Heb guy is losing connection, so...
Oh, Hess, yeah. It's an S set and it's 2 S's, so yeah, his name is Hess.
It's never mind. It's a letter from a different language. I just forget the exact term.
German. It's an S set. But yeah, this far northwestern or far western approach, not what I was expecting. T5 Vonk actually heading the wrong way. Unless he's gonna go out into this. Oh my god, he just got some fucking air. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
That was amazing. He got some great air. So yeah, they're going for this far western approach. And yeah, like you said, the X-ray team should be able to hear them. If they're able to see them go this way, that's another thing.
This is a very good elaborate flank, but Op4 X-ray should be able to hear these Vics, and they are getting eyes on some of these trucks passing by. So they should know to tell this proactive defense going that they're going to need to pull back because they're going to attempt to do a wide flank from the northwestern side, which in my opinion is a really good call. But it does leave a lot of open areas so that if the proactive defense is quick, they could totally fortify this riverbed and catch Blue 4 all in the open and cause a significant amount of damage. But now Op4 needs to be quick to get that because X-Ray's leading the way here, and I'm willing to bet they might try to get as close as they can before they get those dismounts in.
Yeah, Platoon 2 HQ with Lusad, Omega, Bay Potato, Name with the Stars, yeah, holding up a bit southwest of the town itself. Yeah, these guys, X-Ray needs to call that up, especially that now that the big convoy is passing them. Those trucks are loud. They need to call that up so that the rest of this force knows they're probably not coming your way, and they can pack back up and go back into the town and fortify there, because like we said, that is literally half their force down to the south, with a few more squads and teams out in the sticks. So the town itself is very undermanned right now. If they're attacking like quickly, which looks like they're dismounting very close, trying to get as close as they can before they get out of their cars. This could be over before it even begins for Red 4.
Op 4, they're still dismounted right here. They're gonna have to start mounting very soon. Blue 4, though, there's gonna be a little bit of advantage for Op 4 to still get some time here, because Blue 4 is gonna fan out and do a little bit of recon before they move. That's gonna buy Op 4 a little more time to do this maneuvering, but I could easily see Blue 4, if they're quick enough, just steamroll the small garrison on Op 4 before the remaining half of the force is able to come around.
Yeah, X-Ray is moving. They're moving, trying to almost trail this convoy, following their route. They obviously know that that's where they all went. No one else has seen anything because nothing else is anywhere. Sholand has returned from being AFK and is hoofing it on foot. And he might run into an Indigo Fox over there, but I don't have a good feeling about this for Red 4. Call me biased, but yeah.
He's running for it.
Yeah, he might run into that Humvee.
Be careful, because Indigo Fox is ready to go. Will they spot Sholand in the open? As Sholand gets just below into the riverbank, I don't think they're gonna.
No,
he's not
come
gonna
on,
get
really?
spotted. Lucky timing there.
Yep.
The Vic now looks right with that gunner.
Oh God.
A little bit of air.
Yeah, those dips. That's that Ruha terrain. Gotta avoid the rocks though. Well done.
And Sholand, he looks back, sees that Humvee moving around. I don't know if he's going to be in radio range. Meanwhile, a truck, it's command, member of the command team is Wells, who I believe...
Real quick, I'm sorry, but they are making a Thunder Run attempt north of the town itself. Alpha and Bravo and Charlie 1 for Blue 4. 5 trucks coming around to this northern side, less than a click out from the town itself. They're going to come into this town of Kaloya and be well within striking distance.
Op 4, it looks like they are starting to pull forces back to remount. The far southern forces appear to be heading back north, but this Thunder Run, they're dismounting and within
a click, like 800 meters.
Of the cache, if they start moving right now, they could definitely breach into here and catch this position with their pants down. But this is also kind of the issue of this AO compared to the previous
860,
AO,
less than 900,
there's
yeah.
a lot more concealment and cover for the attacking force to move in closer to the AO itself. It's a little tough to kind of compete with that. But at least Op 4 knows that they're going to be coming from the west because of the recon that was done by X-Ray. Ooh, hold up. Wells is about to run into the M2 Humvee.
Ooh.
Wells is screwed. That Humvee needs to pursue at this point. Sholand's going to be forced to walk this.
To be fair, it is only Wells, so I think it's the platoon. Yeah, he's the platoon medic, so that should cause some confusion in the command structure at least, because he's gonna be talking over command net saying, "Holy shit, fuck, 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 holy shit, fuck, fuck, fuck."
So this, this is a 56 feet. I was about to say he better not have just been able to juke. Are you kidding me?
What? Okay, no, the gunner saw them. Navy saw it, and he's turning around. But now he's like, where the fuck are they?
I don't think you wouldn't be right on top of that Vic. I don't get what they... whatever. They lost them. They actually
lost a giant fucking truck. Are you kidding me? And he's gonna link up with Sholand.
He stopped to, get a good firing line, but he should have at least been maneuvering his Vic slowly to get right behind it to follow it. And they're going to still be able to pick up Sholand and move him back. Wow.
He even cuts the engine. Oh.
They got away with that.
Can't keep getting away with him. Speaking of getting away, I actually don't have a segue for that. But Blue 4 is encroaching on the northern part of Red 4's objective town. They're still trying to load up. Mito's trying.
No. No, so that's Bravo mounting up, but Alpha's already repositioned on this river bank
Yes.
here. They are going to try to set up right here. I don't think it's going to be enough time. You already have this one truck, Omega and another guy driving right into Blue 4's force. This is going to start making Op4 panic if Blue 4 opens up on this truck.
Yep, and they're holding fire. Nope, well, as I say that. Bedekovich opens up and everyone else follows suit.
From every single fucking direction.
I'm counting 6 different angles of fire, and no one actually has died yet. And as I say that, actually no, he's gonna get away. I thought I was gonna be able to call it, but no. Omega and his.
What's up with both sides transport trucks being incredibly tanky today?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
Omega even has an open fucking door on it.
Uh-oh, Voss is losing connection. That is gonna be the ringer. And now we are turning back into turning the tide back into FNF's favor.
All right, Severe trying to get some pickoff kills from Alpha 2 Blue 4 moving up the riverbed.
Payton's a pig, isn't it? Don't they call it the pig? Well, no, they call it for the M60. The M60 is the pig.
Blue 4 is right on top of them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, with all that fire, that is going to definitely almost the inverse of what happened with the first round. That's going to draw all of Red 4's attention. This way, it's just a matter of if they're able to react in time. We have that big Bravo 2 group now coming in. That's Mito and +6. But this Alpha 2...
getting a flank on the massive force from Bravo Blue 4 coming in.
Nice.
Managing to knock out Turnby out, but quickly had to get down. I don't think he took any injuries himself. Trying to put some GLs up. Almost puts it on Valenti there. Valenti returns with his own. It's just short.
Hand grenades going out.
I see a dead Blue 4 guy here as well, as Kane is now trying to pull away, triple timing it away. He does have one kill, so he's able to kill one, knock out another. He honestly, the Op 4 garrison here just needs to buy time.
King gets caught out in the open. He's crippled and bleeding heavily.
Yep, his legs are down. I will now call him Lieutenant Dan. Indigo and Navy behind the Blue 4 line here. I think trying to find some targets to potentially shoot at with that Humvee. And we just see a massive amount of Op 4 scrambling from the south, trying to follow the riverbed up. But Blue 4 is being quick, starting to make it onto the stadium. Novix, who we see usually do really well, gets knocked out early on, and they're trying to... Blue 4's trying to double tap him. M2 Humvee firing from the rear here, getting up on Robertson, Carlos, Chuplis. Chuplis was hit a few times. He's bandaging Robertson, though, trying to... actually, nope. Navy is dead again.
Oh, really? Oh, man.
Yeah. You got to remember, for this special Saturday Night Scuffle, there is magnified optics in play for both sides. So a lot of ACOGs, if you guys took MGO scopes for the 249s and 240s.
So they have heavily garrisoned. I don't think, not this far in. I don't think so. They do have garrisoned that office complex pretty heavily. I'm counting 7 in there, with Armored Jesus close, waiting in the wings. So that's a decent garrison. They need to actually, like I said, with the not fortifying it, they need to maintain a lower profile. Still, obviously, shoot the guys, but like try not to draw too much attention. Just in the sense of not bringing them to the objective itself. But yeah, I'm actually surprised to see not a big flanking force. That western force, led by Cyrus, Nelson, Firefighter with the M2 Humvee for Blue 4, they've actually been pretty steady here. 4AB in Alpha 2 and Bravo 1 and Alpha 1 over here. They're under fire from that Humvee, and ooh, they almost took Firefighter's head off, or his buddy.
Yep. His arms appear to be hit, though, so they pulled back. Again, these magnified optics really giving these players a range advantage here, but a lot of M2 fires coming in on 4IB. Smith is down. I don't know if there's any other bodies here. Give me one moment. Nope, most of them otherwise are still alive. The only people that are dead right now is... I stand corrected. Banks, part of 4IB, is dead. Navy is dead, who was the gunner for Indigo Fox. Quickly is unconscious back there, but we see him getting medicked. Scrolling up, we have for Blue 4, PFC Lungu is dead. That was the guy King shot. Ballot is bleeding out, but he is getting medical. France and Sholand are down nearby where Op4 Charlie 2 is. So it looks like Scandi Recon was able to find those two, Wells and Sholand, as they tried to drive up from a different angle and were taken out. We do see Wells dead above. We also have Stool also down. So Op4 getting a few more KIAs early. And
Thing
however,
is, though,
there are a few guys that have left the server though that were
Yes.
on Op4 side. So the exact skull count is unknown. Novix also waking back up, finding a cheeky spot with his 249. Might get into a similar position.
Real quick, like Bravo on the northern side, they're inside the cash search zone for the northern side of the town, flooding around the stadium, trying to encircle it. Like, this is getting worse and worse. And if you look at the clock, we're barely 15 minutes into this. Not even.
Yeah, it's a lot quicker of a maneuver here. But again, I already said my piece on how vastly different these AOs are, so I'm not surprised with that.
Maybe if they kept like the third round as a tiebreaker, you know, switch sides and then a tiebreaker if both sides defend successfully.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Regardless, right now Blue 4 is very easily encircling the stadium. Jonathan and Omega keep kind of doing a fighting retreat and still trying to hold out in this office complex. But the amount of people on the roof is actually kind of concerning them, because the cache is right there below them, but they need to watch the entrances, which is what Flux is trying to do inside of there, I think. I'm liking the volume of fire from the western side. Go ahead.
Just ragdolled as he was trying to climb over a rail, and the ragdoll made him slam his nuts into the rail, and he fell over. It was quite comical. As a man, seeing a man do that, I felt at and physically cringed. It hurt.
And I took that personally.
I do like how we have that proactive defense force now coming around to try to do a wide flank. That's very risky to do. It's really great they're actually coming around and trying.
But you know who that team is?
Off one of the pincers. Oh, I know. It's Scandi Recon in the way back, though. It's actually a lot of other forces doing it right now. Led by X-Ray. Just the question is, can the existing defensive garrison of the two caches hold against the other half of the pincer, which is a lot.
Theatin is
more
also like
tightly knit
legendarily
here,
resistant
I
to
think they might be able to
any and every
overpower
kind of
this
fire.
defense group. Clown getting breached on by Nielsen. Clown goes down. And Kane manages
Nice,
to
gets
kill
the
Nielsen there,
revenge.
does a quick reload, runs into the room as a grenade is thrown behind him. Kane is now trying to elaborately run around.
Oh, give me King.
Really smart call by King here.
King's on 4 kills, by the way. Coming around the backside.
Amazing job.
Drops Carlson, maybe? No, gets a bunch of hits, but isn't able to secure it.
Should have killed Carlson. That was very close there. He's now running to the side as a handgun goes out on him. Tries to free fire around that corner. Now he's running back to the front again. He is keeping these two defenders on their toes.
He's got to be careful, though, with the amount of sprinting and the pain he's in. His hip fire is going to be all over the place. Carlson is dead. Oh, God.
Double tapping these bodies to make sure they're down. He is now on 5 kills.
Yep. And he's getting friendly fired by the 4AB guys who are just shooting over at that last position. That's pretty funny. Hey, welcome, Shibi.
4IB did a really great job there, boxing those two guys in. Those are the plays that OpFor needs to be making right now to continue to win this fight as they stall while the proactive defense of OpFor comes around and sweeps out the remaining Blue 4 guys on the flank. So I would say this is definitely coming to be a little bit of a closer match, but we are seeing people like Kane here literally earn their crown for a joke.
Nice.
Right there,
that was a good one. that gets my seal of approval. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing now the defensive advantage really shining through. Dust Eyes is actually down on top of the roof with a couple other KIAs in this office complex. I'm seeing a lot fewer arrows. Severe has left the building. Maybe trying to.
As I think Severe dead, Dusty's is down.
No, Severe left the building. He's down on the ground floor shooting nades.
Oh, yep. Good use of GLs to fire at where he knows that other blue 4 half of the attack is coming. I love how this this right pincer has turned into 2 mini pincers as they're going on the left and right sides of the stadium to try to encompass where they having a tighter defense and thus can predict where the cache is going to be. However, these 4 IB guys coming up the riverbed here could potentially outflank this western mini pincer here, and if blue 4 is not pulling good 360, they could easily get shot in the back.
Absolutely.
X-Ray still skirmishing on the left side. Scandy Recon coming up to assist. Actually, no. Where is Scandy?
Scandy is... Where the fuck is Scandy? Where the fuck did they go? Charlie 2, Charlie 2, Charlie... they're on the other side of the AO.
Yeah, they're in a transport truck following the train tracks up. I think they're going to try to come out round on the way right to flank the other half of the pincer.
Interesting.
So that is a classic Scandy Recon strat.
Absolutely.
Coming in is going to be a little tough, but I like the enthusiasm there.
And that is a
Especially
blue
in an
4
enemy
truck, so it
vehicle.
should... Yeah, it's an enemy vehicle, so the PID is going to get a bit mixed up. Hopefully Indigo doesn't spot them and open up on them.
So I am noticing, though, there are more skulls on blue 4 than op 4 right now.
That's the defense. It's a defensive bonus, and you also have to consider with how things have unfolded. Alpha 2 for Red 4, Luna's group, Delta 2, as well as just all the groups along the river have almost kind of split up the 2 halves of the blue 4 force. We could very easily see an encirclement of the main force and then just mopping up Platoon HQ, Command, and X-Ray for blue 4. Lots of good names still up, though. But really, I don't know. I think we're at the crossroads right now, with Scandy coming in on the east, supported now by Indigo Fox, who has made contact with him. Looks like they will make contact with him soon.
I'm going to be honest with you. I think this is aim, set, and match at this point. Blue 4 does not have the manpower to search this town. The defensive garrison on Op 4 has effectively halted the forces coming in. Unfortunately, you have some long-range shots between 4 IB.
That's pretty awesome, Nordic.
And Indigo Fox's Humvee. Indigo Fox managed to knock out one of the 4 IB guys.
Oh no!
This flank attack.
Oh, why did we have to say anything, Leroux?
I know, right? This might give Blue 4 a small opportunity to move up. However, we have Kanan Armajesus coming up. Armajesus knocking out one of the... Oh gosh, Kane with another kill.
Oh god.
Kane now on 7. Kane is now the boss of
the defending team.
Another kill for
Oh my god, he's just going in now. This is better than Voss. King's being actually proactive about it. There's actual some actual skill going on. Gasto lobs a nade over, hits Armajesus, and misses King entirely. It came about an inch away from the Kingslayer. The Kingslayer.
I mean, there you go.
He
yeah, I mean,
ends it on
those
9 kills.
that both sides get. I mean,
Absolutely.
They've completely crippled this left pincer here. The right pincer still has some room to maneuver.
Yeah, I know, Bassbeard. It's not an actual grudge
go
match.
off,
It's
that
just
was
a good way to market it. That's all.
Just trying to.
There's no
predict,
actual like hard feelings, but it's
Green-
just a bit
Blue
more
4 gonna attack
competitive.
from that direction. We do have Robertson that has breached into the cache building. Is he a demo spec? No, he is not, but he could just mag dump the cache and go for the best. He does have a 249, and there is a dead
Oh
body
yeah,
that
and
we
there's
could,
no
take out
one.
from.
There's no one up there. They're all on the roof.
Finished clearing it though. Oh.
He might not be familiar with this building. If he sees all the doors on the way are still locked, so maybe if he's not familiar with this building, he doesn't know that last door can be enterable. Should be, absolutely.
Everyone should be familiar with this building.
Absolutely, should be. Should
Well,
be.
they're Mill Sims, so the name Sergeant implies they've been playing for a while.
That is also true.
Oh, that hurts.
Drink? Yeah, sure thing.
You know, Armajesus, I think he hears these guys on the stadium walking around, so he's going to follow them. Pierce now joining him.
Lusad, oh no. Okay, real quick. Lusad went in and cleared it for Red 4. Now he's coming back up. Or Robertson actually is coming back up with that 249. As Lusad clears the top floor, sees no one's here. He's not going to expect Robertson to come up right below him. But Pierce might be coming in the back door here. Yep. Robinson and Lusad see each other. Lusad actually wins it. Very nicely done. Very nicely done. Yeah, Robertson very easily could have gotten that first point for Blue 4 there. And yeah, looking at the map now, pretty much what I don't want to do my own homework. What kind of has happened, or what I thought was has happened. The main force on the eastern side of the river near the stadium has been encircled and pretty heavily battered. We still have a few bastions holding out. Blue 4 Alpha, Bedekovic over to the just the northeast of the cache, and a few people from Bravo 1. But for the most part, I think this should be easily holdable by Red 4. There'd have to be some multiple multi-kills across the board for Blue 4 to start to pull this back.
I don't see it. I mean, Op4 is slowly pulling on the news.
Yeah, and that's fine, Bassbeard. There's nothing on it but dibs and bragging rights.
Not die, but go down in the open. Just got a double tapping shot right
It's
there.
fine if it holds no stand. That doesn't matter.
Potentially save Yanni.
It's
Nemesis
just
some cover
bragging
fire.
rights. That's what the whole thing is. None of the matches hold any standing.
But Arma Jesus coming around.
It's PvP either way. I don't know what you're getting at, my guy.
That, Blue 4 force right there. Arma Jesus on 6 kills.
Seriously?
Him and Kane have 15 kills between them. That's
Toyman has another 3.
Incredible.
Yeah, Echo 1 is definitely the MVPs. Meanwhile, Scandy, in a shocking twist, has only 2 on Yanni, who right now is down. Yeah, Echo 1 for Red 4 is going to be the MVP team for this.
Yeah, I'll read the numbers again. 9 for Kane, 2 for Novix, 1 for Sideways, 3 for Pointman, 6 for Jesus, and then 0, 0, 0 for Tom, Flux, and Clown.
Novix had 1, or had 2 actually. Oh yeah, you see that Sideways had 1. That's right. So that's 11, 12, 15, 21. Yeah, 21 kills so far for that one squad.
21 kills between that game. That is, if one team is able to kill 3 times.
Oh
their
no,
player
no,
count,
Indigo,
I mean,
Indigo, stop! He's shooting at the same 4IB squad that's been in that same position because they've been pinned down by his fucking M2.
Indigo.
He just took down Stark. He's about to take down Hudson as well.
Maybe if Indigo learns how to read the map, because by the way, when you're playing on the ground, you open your map, you see where all friendlies are on the map in real time. So please, for the love of God, open your map.
Open your map. Open your fucking map. Stop it. Get some help.
Get some help. Yomi, what do you say? Usually you say kiss on the lips, you little weirdo. All right. Anyway.
Okay. Well, like the thing with it is like, oh, you jinx Yomi a Coke, but jinx Yomi a kiss on the lips.
All right. So I mean, Op4 honestly has a 4 or 5 to 1 ratio here. Just looking at the amount of people still here. I mean, I'm gonna do a head count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Blue 4 remaining. Op4 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. 10 to 41, I think one of the Blue 4 guys just died.
Yeah, Bedekovic just died from buckets, yeah.
I think Red 4 actually is going to come out with more peeps surviving than Blue 4 in the previous op with the 29th defending.
Say that again?
I think FNF Coalition is going to have more people survive at the end of this round than the 29th did in their defensive round.
Yeah, I think so too, actually.
Yeah,
I'll go with that.
Just fucking 21 kills between
Nafs just walked between Tedek and Berg.
7 kills now.
Iander and Finn coming to avenge Nafs. Oh, but Iander, wow, he survives that. Very surprising. Flying Finn gets the counter. Yeah, he gets the counter. But Iander, look at all that blood on him. How the hell did he survive that?
Luck.
Absolutely. Oh, but grenade goes off onto Iander's position. It's going to roll far, though, and he'll be fine.
We're about to have the 15-minute mark in 2 minutes.
Ooh.
There goes Iander. Flying
Yep.
Finn still knows there's a guy over there, though, so is he going to push up and potentially deal with it?
Rod, Bay, Thor, and Anderson.
Wow, that grenade got blocked by the tree.
Seriously?
Yeah. Literally, the tree blocked the shrapnel from hitting Iander. That was fuckface position. Finn cooking a grenade, throwing it over.
Not
it right
terrible.
behind, I think bit of blood on him. You can see below his left ammo
Oop,
pouch there.
shooting up at Nimmy and Finn across the river.
Yep.
Nim took a few hits, but she's still alive.
Finn's now going to move up. Another grenade gets thrown.
That was closer even, I think.
Yep, but T4 here is still able to pull back.
Hey, Ace-Xber.
But 4IB are watching. If he pulls back further, he might get spid. Said he runs into this bush to bandage.
But hello.
And I
Oh,
think
we're having some friendly fire between Omega and Lone Survivor. And he goes up to apologize. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. Let me patch up your wounds.
Oh, 4IB getting blue on blue again.
Oh, God. By Swola,
just
yep.
that angle.
Stark is down again as Schmidt tries to wake him back up.
Guess they'll get caught out of position by Quickly and Brandy. They weren't able to get the kill, but they put a flare on it.
Yeah, Baspirit. Like, I'm sure this was a bit of a grudge match as far as like people thinking each side. You know, everyone wants to think that they're the best, and this is the way to prove it. But like,
I thought I just.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why you were so emphatic
love when
about
you
it.
Spin to win, and your arms are able to catch those headshots.
Yeah,
But he's letting that
the
smoke
Daisy
go all
style.
out.
But yeah, with
Yeah, right.
6 people still alive for Blue 4, I think it's. I mean, we're gonna be going to the tiebreaker, no doubt. But I'm very surprised that this actually turned out this way. Between the maneuvers early on for Blue 4, some of the early missteps from Red 4 that thankfully they were able to. You know, you can call me biased, but yeah, thankfully they were able to work back on those. I mean, it was very much a push back. They were able to push. Red 4 was able to push Blue 4 out of this town, whose name, I mean, I don't know if you've seen it, but I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it.
Just looking at the sheer amount of skulls on Blue 4 right now.
Yeah.
Just hot damn.
And yeah, I think they just lost another, so now they're down to 5. So they've lost 50 of the 55 people, or however, so or near enough around that.
56, so it'd be 51 out of the 56 are KIA. But just the sheer amount of people still on Op4. I'm not gonna lie, I can't remember the last time I saw this many of a side still left alive in FNF. In all honesty.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. This is a very large force still surviving at the end of the round after direct contact. I don't know if it was the counterattack that they weren't standing around and they were more active. You had the flanks coming from 4IB and from Scandi on the western and eastern sides, respectively. So I think that you could attribute it to that partially, but either way, that is a very remarkable
go to the
stat.
roster and call things out. Buckets on 4 kills. Indigo Fox, I'm not gonna call it the 1 kills though, but Arma Jesus on 7 kills. Point Man on 4
Hydrate,
kills.
yes, I will.
King
Thank you.
on the 9 kills.
Should probably chug part of this, shouldn't I? I'm gonna chug out of the bottle because it's easy to chug
There
out
has
of.
to be some more multi-kills here to just knock out that entire force. So slow on 4 kills. Twig and Dreams on 2 kills each, and Severe on no kills. So really, it just falls to Buckets.
King.
And most of Echo 1.
Yeah, Echo 1. We got probably
Hot
pretty close to
damn.
half. Yeah, Echo 1 got, I think, about a third of all of Blue 4
9,
killed.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Literally a third of the kills are in Go 1. That's incredible.
No, that's almost
And I
half,
also
because
love
23
how
times
at
2
one
is
SL
46.
Dream-
That's closer to half. That's like 2/5.
Yeah. SL Dream's getting shot at by his own dudes. He's on 2 kills on his own because he was getting behind some of Blue For's lines here. So it's just stragglers at this point. Still 5 left for Blue 4.
But their days are numbered. As long as we don't have more friendly fire incidents, like I'm pretty sure I just saw.
Yeah.
Or SL
Dreams
Dream.
is
No,
getting
he's
shot at by his own guys.
Yeah, his
Indigo
puppets.
Fox, meanwhile, poked his head up. Oh, no, he fucking just eliminated someone to get his 2nd kill.
Look at him. Yeah, SL Dream getting shot at from, I want to say either Nuclear Moose or Aim at the Stars. I think it's Nuclear Moose,
So,
actually.
You gotta also consider. Ooh, Dreams getting knocked out by
Stray.
Stray.
Yep.
Blue Fort Ground Command. I will say since both groups are using the same exact guns here, with the exception of the primary battle rifle, but both are 5.56 M4 base, so they both are gonna sound the same. It's really shown how reliant some of these players are on audio PID, especially with what Voss did in round 1. I think that is a major compliment here to how these rounds have been going and how people have been adapting to go, okay, I'm not trying to focus on enemy weapon PID from audio. I'm trying to focus on if I just hear gunshots in general, let me check my map. Okay, there's no friendlies over there. Let me now maneuver on it. Because that's exactly what Kane and Arma Jesus have been doing
Yeah,
with the stadium plays.
That also you could attest is a difference, something that isn't normally the case in FNF. I mean, we had the issue, I wouldn't really call it an issue, but a couple weeks ago, that one snow match between the French forces and the Chinese forces, where they had very similar camo, very similar profile of, their gear.
Point Man just got his 5th kill sniping Blue Fort Ground Command. Can you?
Ooh, very nice. But for the most part, PID is pretty distinct, even between visual and audio. You can most of the time very easily tell between factions and sides. But in this case, I mean, literally exact same rifles, exact same caliber, exact same mod even. So like these are making the same noises. So yeah, this is very different that they've had to adapt to, and I think it's very, very much worked out for the defending team in both cases. Because attacking, you got to work on the fly. Defending, obviously defending. You have some more situational awareness before that attack starts. In my opinion, at least.
Just the sheer amount of op force still alive.
I
That's
know, right?
Amazing.
And now
At
they've
least
completely encircled this last 3 holdout spot.
I would thank Arma, Jesus, and King, you know? Just the MVPs there. Tom's about to catch Thorn. I thought he was going to see Thorn bandaging. Right, there it is. Tom puts some shots on him, gives Thorn some more wounds.
Bit more of a
gets
thorn in his
shot
side.
up
Oh my
the
god,
ass.
there we go.
There, Thorn finally called his head.
Talk about a thorn in
Anderson
his
veterans
side.
went prior, but his bullets get
I
repelled
tried.
off the rock. He throws a grenade instead as he took one to the top left shoulder. I think that went into his arm, though. So Tom behind a rock, so it stops most of that shrapnel coming in. Bowser not realizing he's about to be flanked completely. I mean, just all of this infantry.
Well, he hears that
all
truck
around
from
him.
Quickie now.
Anderson down. Bowser trying to throw a grenade up on that truck.
Yep, pretty close, but he's gonna drive away. He actually runs to try and engage it, but Pointman's gonna catch him out. Actually, no, Pointman gets caught up by Balzer.
Arma, Jesus, and Tom double tapping Anderson. Tom on his 2nd kill. All right. If there was any time to see an Adriano level incident, now would be the case.
Balzer does take down Quickie, yeah. Great spray down. Could still wake back up, but his truck is moving, so he won't be medic until he hits this tree. Or just stops. Oh.
So slow.
And a rocket for good measure.
GG. We are going to go into the tiebreaker round.
Hell yes. And yeah, like, just look how many Red 4 is still alive.
That's absolutely amazing.
Beautiful, beautiful,
I have
beautiful.
not seen this many of a faction survive in anything FNF related in quite a while. Honestly, I don't know where Blue 4 went wrong with that plan, though. It seemed solid, It's just they lost the PvP fight with Echo 1.
Yeah, mainly with Echo 1, and I think just, you know, bits and pieces from each of the squads. That pushback, driving them out of the north side. I don't know if the terrain just didn't work with them or what, but they were able to be pushed back very easily from what we could see. And also that western half of Blue Force was completely disjointed from the main force because of actions from 4IB squad on that western side of the AO. Yes.
Echo 1, final score 26 kills. That's 46.5% of 56. So they literally got half the kills.
Jesus.
One team got half of the fucking kills this entire round. That's past Scandi Recon's level.
That's past Scandi Recon.
Amazing.
By the way, Scandi I think only got 4 or 5, so yeah, they I mean they did what they could. They were just never in a position to do much of anything. Has actually gotten a team kill. Az has a team kill, so Finn has 1. And then Yanni has 2, so they're actually at 2 net total because Az team killed.
Oh, man. Alright, I'm gonna take a small break just to go get some water, but...
I understand. I'll probably do something
my
the
chat's
same.
saying there had to have been a lot of team kills for Blue. Honestly, there wasn't any... I didn't see any Blue for... if anything, I saw Up 4 make 2 or 3 FFs. That didn't lead definitely up to a few knockouts, but again, it's because one team literally got half the kills. That's what it gets to when you do that level of defense.
So yeah, I'm gonna switch my BRB screen, and I'm gonna do the same, get some water, and be back in just a couple minutes.
Of course.
All right. Yep. Be right back. back. We are back. We are back. We are back. We are back. Has some nice peanut butter pretzels. And I am restocked and ready to go. I should miss that. I unmuted my mic, right? Yes, I did. Okay, cool. Very nice. Impressive. Very nice. So let me pull up Arma back up. And there we go. Neutral sector. No advantage, no Vix, winner takes all. Interesting. Let me hop down to TeamSpeak and get the mission command changed. Oh, hey, you're still up here. Hi.
Yeah, what up?
No, I just got back. So this is gonna be an interesting one, looks like.
Tiebreaker. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, so I mean, it's worked out well enough. But yeah, especially if they were doing a neutral sector thing for a tiebreaker, brings up the question even more why they didn't just repeat the first mission. But I digress. That's something for an after-action report.
Well, you can't repeat the exact mission because the defenders, after defending it, are going to know how to attack it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the attackers who are defending it, I guess they wouldn't know exactly how to defend it, but the existence of fortifications and entrenchments kind of changed that, in my opinion. But I see what you mean.
There can only be one.
Okay.
That's what it says in the mission, Forehead.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God!
Oh, have they pushed in?
Kavala and Bravo
God.
and Charlie are out of the map. They put it in the fucking highest part of Kavala.
The Castro. Oh no.
This is just gonna be a rush. This is literally the fucking final round. Is a rush.
Skill based.
No, it's a rush. It's literally whoever gets in there first to hold this one bottleneck right here. I can't draw on the map, but whoever holds that one fucking bottleneck is gonna win.
Which side is which?
That's a good question. Let me look. 4IB are Op 4, so Blue 4 is 29 ID.
Okay, cool.
Op 4 are the fucking FNF coalition. Before anyone asks, who is on the FNF coalition, Barbarian?
Scandi, the coalition, Scandi, 4th Infantry Brigade, UPSC, PLH, Zeus Spartans, SOG, AFI, Chad, and that is it.
Excellent. Now, we're going to see which group is able to run quicker. That's it. Please tell me there isn't a 15-minute safe start for this. It's raining and there's fog, too. Oh my goodness gracious.
There we go. Well.
So I get why there's fog. It means whoever's on the castle can't just look down and boot people. It's a little harder to see. But, alright. Don't mean to be an ass, but it's whoever is going to be
this is what they came up with
first. And then
this is what they came up
this
with.
Bottleneck wins. All right, there is a back way in the Kavala that you can do with enhanced movement. There are ways to get up on the side areas, but all you have to do is put a guy like right here to stop this side area from being utilized.
I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you. This is.
They made all these rules against rushing, and now the tiebreaker is a rush. Why? Why do they do this?
It's not even rules, but more so just building the rounds against to discourage it because it's not rewarding. But then they make. And because it's only 1 point, Bravo and Charlie, even though they were on the map, they don't actually exist So whoever gets there first.
Okay. I don't mean to sound like an ass. This is how they should have done it. 3 sectors. It could have been done in Kavala, but don't put in the castle where there's an easy way to fucking defend that one. Have 2 home sectors so that both sides start scoring points easy, and then have them fight over a 3rd sector and maybe send a force to outmaneuver and take their home sector, like what happened in Lagasola with the Chinese versus UK one. Where Blue 4 lost the neutral sector, but they were able to take the Chinese home sector on Op 4 and still bounce back. Like, that was a really good balanced operation, and it rewarded tactics. This is just going to reward rushing. But, okay, then again, I bitched about the last AO, and it turned out that like, even so, the defenders crushed at a higher ratio than round 1 with the 29th ID guys. So maybe we'll see, like, a bottleneck at the front, and no one's even able to get up into the fucking sector in the first place. However, what bugs me, though, is on the Op 4 side, the southern ways around to the top of the castle are easier to access than the northern ones. And plus the AO itself, even though it's on the tallest point, the hills kind of match it. So you can still enhance movement, climb, and get right onto the objective itself, rather than the... you get it. It's okay.
And, yeah. They could also still, from Red Force spawn, right past that church, the church marker just northwest of their spawn, not to the west, but the northwest one. It's a straight shot that could cut off any Blue 4 advance there, prevent them from even getting to the castle. You could argue the same for Blue 4 going down the MSR or something, and catching them as they cross the MSR, but I really do think that Blue 4 or that Red 4 has an advantage in this.
Yep.
I think Red 4 is going to take this, and that is, thankfully, make our bias known.
Yes,
it's going to be
Scandi Recon scenario. All right, Arma Jesus, got another multi-kill with Cadence so I can hail you forever. So, 29th ID, let's see them put their
I bet
money
you get
where
on
their
his knees
mouth
for
is.
him.
Last stop, I thought it was biased to the attackers to be able to get on top of the AO. That's not the case now. However, bias in a neutral fight is a little worse than bias on a defensive fight. But hey, we'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens.
I want to see T5 Bay get a multi-kill. I want to see Scandi Recon do Scandi Recon stuff. I want to see Arma Jesus and Kane get multi-kills.
I want to see the hospital get blown up somehow.
What?
I want to see the hospital get blown up.
There's no destroyed texture for the hospital, you horrible, horrible
That's
human
why
being.
I want to see it.
You horrible, horrible human being.
Hey man, those Make-A-Wish kids aren't gonna make it anyway.
What? No! Barb, you can't say that! That's horrible!
I'm at my wit's end. I'm unhinged.
Anyway, I need a new co-caster for FNF. If you're interested, feel free to DM me on
Send your dick
Discord.
pics. Yeah, send your dick pic for IDM. That's how he chose. That's how he chose me. My penile is.
Bro, I saw you streaming this, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, and I joined you, and that was like back in August.
You're just gonna
Stop
ruin
it
my
with
phone?
the horny.
Fuck you.
Stop it with the horny.
Fuck you. Oh, it looks like actually T5 Bay, they might be going for a spawn rush down, immediately going south. They also have the 4AB guys going north, or lining up to go north from there with Quickie and Brandy. Might be going for the high ground around the hospital. Interesting.
You don't need to control the sector if the other team doesn't exist, right?
Exactly.
Real quick, though, just for the sake of the VOD, Op 4 are UK 556 base with 249s, 240 Bravos, a Moz for the mat weapon, and the marksman rifle is Mark 11, 20 rounds, 7.62. Blue 4 is Marine Woodland Marpat, 556 rifles, M249s, M240 Bravos, Moz, and Mark 11 for the marksman rifle as well. It's literally a mirror match. Armors are the exact same armor rating because of the FNF mod changing all the coefficients to be even. So regardless of what what plate carrier you pick up, it will have the same armor as any other plate carrier in FNF because of balance. Otherwise, 556 v 556, 762 marksman rifle, in my opinion, best weapon on the field, but there's only one on either side in the X-ray group, so we will see how things go. With this thick fog, it's going to be hard again for the castle to fire down on it, but I would assume whoever's able to control these tall buildings, such as the offices, and look down and over, might be able to get an advantage, but at the same time, it's going to be very easy for someone to look up if they're close by these office buildings and shoot them. However, the offices definitely have a lot more of a visual range on hostile forces than, say, someone looking up at the office itself, because the fog gets thicker the closer you are down to the ground.
Absolutely. And yeah, I think the battle isn't going to be over Castro itself. It's going to be the roads leading up to Castro, which should make for a bit more interesting fight than just holding that bottleneck as you so described.
All right, half of the safe start time is done. Most of the force here is getting organized. Blue 4 have a lot more guys ready to rush south, though. I do like what I'm seeing on the Red 4 end. A lot of people are dropping additional things so they can sprint just a little bit quicker. Oh
no, we're doing this again.
It's the sprint game. Everyone's gonna triple time it immediately to the objective.
Look at all the long range radios that are on the ground. Over by Red Force spawn, I see 5 long range backpacks on the ground.
No communication.
I mean, Kavala, the AO's only about a click wide. They legitimately don't. They can use 152s and FADEX, for each side, and that should be plenty enough signal strength. They just,
all these secondary magazines. I thought I saw a rifle drop, but that was just a glitch. I have a backpack drop, smoke grenades, some 249 boxes.
Yeah, those things are heavy.
At Blue 4 here. What do we have dropped? Blue 4, I don't see anything dropped. I do see some people ready to triple time, though. But this might give Op 4... Oh, no, way in the back, I got some drop 240 boxes and an E-tool dropped. But I think Op 4 is going to... A lot of spare medical also dropped on Blue 4 side. But Op 4 is ready to fucking go. Like, they know how this game works. It's a rush, and whoever rushes in first will win. And all they really need to do is have 3 people continue on the castle, and then just have people actually, defend this fucking choke point hell. They can even build a trench inside as long as it's not fully blocking the entrance. So, like, a trench in the corner, one of those small little foxhole trenches, to give the shooters a little bit of cover, but also people from the top throwing grenades in, like, it's gonna be hell.
Did you know that the blood expired in 2001?
What?
The blood bag. It has text on it. It says that, it was collected in April of 2001 and expired May 7th, 2001. Collected by the Wagga Wagga Wuck Wuck Need Money Center. I'm trying to burn time, dude. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
I see. And all of the blood is E positive, which is
because you gotta be positive. You gotta keep it upbeat. You gotta be positive. It does have an adenine saline solution added, though. That's nice. Wait, it has a QR code, but it's 2001? Did QR codes exist in 2001? I'm sensing a continuity error.
No, QR codes have been a thing for a while, man.
2001 was 20 years ago, dude.
Yeah. QR codes have been around since, like... just fucking Google it, but I know it's been around since the 2000s, Forehead. At the very least.
Okay, let me check. Let me Google it.
Okay. We got 3 groups of Op 4 ready to go, and I'm seeing 3 groups of Blue 4 with 1 Vanguard group that might just stay behind, or they're just going to get lined up a little later. But everyone's cold, everyone's tired, everyone's getting ready to go.
Apparently the QR code was made by Denso engineer Hara Masahiro 25 years ago, so 95 or 96. Interesting.
Nice. I don't really know what else to say. We still got 4 minutes. I asked my chat to ask me questions, but I didn't see anything, so...
Yeah, we're on a 5-minute delay, so by the time they ask their questions, we're going to be in the middle of the match.
That's why I told him to ask the questions while we were still before the fucking thing started.
Oh, before you
That's
tell me to
okay.
stop being horny? Okay.
Yes. Stop being horny.
I can't.
What's
Horny
that
machine
says? So
broke.
what Barb is saying is he shoved his, he had a small PP2, and so Liru knew he was non-threatening.
If that's the case, then why am I tied up in his basement?
You're not. Otherwise, you won't be able to stream right now.
I mean, I'm looking right over you at you. You got the chain out. Usually you just do the rope, but the chain. Okay, so yeah, you are pissing me. Okay, I'll shut up. I like my coffee dark, but what the fuck? Three minutes remaining.
Yep. I don't know what, like, this is just gonna come down to who gets there first. If one of the large groups run into the other large groups as they're running. What I'm seeing though is, I think Op4, they have one group that's gonna try to run in and intercept a group moving to the castle, while the other group just outright sprints into the AO. So
Yeah, I
I don't
am.
know.
I think if Red 4 does garrison the hospital, like the roof area, they should have decent eyes all the way to about the river. There's a nice clean line of sight there. Going more west of that, though, it's going to be obscured by buildings. They have that office building you mentioned earlier, but I think getting to the top floor and the roof is going to take way too long for them, and they will Blue 4 will be able to pass by that area before Red 4 is able to really effectively lay down any fire up there.
Mm-hmm. I'd be curious if someone goes for controlling this.
It's not publicly
not
available.
the
Come on.
closest office building to the castle, but the one kind of in the center of town between the castle and the hospital.
Oh my god! If you guys
Because
actually
that,
send
I feel
Lear
would be,
like
an
porn and
interesting
dick
choke
pics,
to
that'd be
control, and
hilarious
maybe
for
from
unboxings.
there, because each
I mean,
side
don't.
does have magnified optics
But
and
if you did.
ACOGs, they might be able to pick
But
off
don't.
some of the guys.
Like, literally don't, 'cause that causes
holding
more
the
work for me.
defensive line. So
But
really,
if you
what
did.
I think this is going
But
to turn
don't.
into is, can the 29th ID on Blue 4 overpower Op 4's push into the castle? And if they can, how are they going to get in here and take out Op 4 with this maneuver? But really, again, it's going to be reliant on the kings and Arma Jesuses of the server to get these massive multi-kills and account for about half of the kills on the other team. God, that was crazy last round.
Yeah, especially with how many Red 4 were still up at the end. Very good rally. We haven't seen some people shifting out. I can imagine we're going to see people with guns on their backs do that 10-second head start. Stark's making a run for it. But no, he's too late. Or he's too early, rather. Yep, and he's
All
back
right, get ready to sound the siren.
in.
There they
Here
go.
we go. 50 seconds, or 14:50 on the official clock. Now here's where people start going. There it is. So a number of people got out early, and there go the floodgates.
They fucking timed that super well.
I'm telling you.
You just see all of these footsteps. I guess the pavement wasn't properly set if you're already seeing all these footsteps put on it. It's a fucking
And
marathon.
yeah, they're. Oh yeah, no, this isn't a marathon. This is a sprint. E. Smith for 4IB is probably going to be the first contact. We're going to see this intersection right here where Charlie went for Blue 4 and E. Smith are going to be coming up against each other. We do have actually first contact made between Blue 4 X-Ray and Sam Hanwinch, Lennox, and Fun Guy up here on the hill next to the hospital. That's going to cause a lot of audio confusion. People start going to get concerned about getting into contact. I'm seeing GLs being launched across the map. Actually, one landing really close to Valenti. Might have scratched him up a bit, but great crossing up GLs.
He's not dead, though. Waiting to see that first skull. Actually, there was already a skull for Williams on Blue 4.
Really? Williams?
Yep. And this intersection is about to get really,
It's-
really
yep.
hot as
Oh.
Op4 and Blue 4 meet each other.
Quickie sees. No, Quickie's looking the wrong way. Quickie's looking northeast. He needs to look. He needs to look north. Quickie.
Doesn't get the shot out in time, but the level of fog right here is so bad.
Oh yeah, you are absolutely right. From ground level, it is so much tighter. Less than 50 meters visibility. GL's going out, knocking over walls. Brandy almost gets caught out of position. Broad goes down by Hudson, though, looks like. And Nielsen, Trupless, and Spencer are making their way up. But Warlords is way ahead of them.
Force, though. But there's a massive amount of Blue 4 that are going to get very close. However, you already...
Look at this red wave!
All the way up there.
I don't know, but look at this red wave that's coming up the southern side of Castro. They're going to get up to that entrance before Blue 4 gets close. But they need to start having their guns out.
Buckets and Novix trying to climb here to get some recon data to see where Blue 4 is. Twig King needs to be ready.
Nielsen is going to round the corner first. Gun up, and he spots Twig King. Twig King doesn't even realize what's going on. Huh? And he's dead. Husad and Severe will be responding. Sideways, Armor Jesus and King are still pushing up regardless. Warlords is going around the long way. This might cost him here, going so far around and trying to avoid that bottleneck in the entrance. And so Blue 4 is doing the same thing. No one's going for the obvious entrance because they assume the other side will be.
The other side's gonna do it.
Oh my god.
They're scaling the side walls. They're gonna enhance movement in.
Well, Tricking's dead. Nah, Bassbeard. I'm pretty sure.
So Op4 doing a really good
I'll do it
job
in a minute.
scaling this,
I'll do it later.
Spire
Actually,
right
no,
here
there
to
he
look
is.
down. Got 2 free kills on Blue 4.
Tricking
Meanwhile,
is playing for Tau.
everywhere
Yes,
there's
he is playing for
contact
Tau.
right now. Op4 has more forces outside of the castle. Blue 4 X-Ray got folded in pretty hard here.
Oh, that's
gonna
interesting,
allow
Stevie.
Op4 to start sending a force
I didn't know that.
behind and start encircling Op4's forces as, Blue 4's forces. Just everything's fucking in the making right now.
Navy is holding a very cheeky position, watching the approach to the bottleneck from outside, from the left side of the entrance. And now we actually have Dreek trying to hop over. Bridges is going to get inside the castle first by scaling over the rock outcropping and then just hopping over this
Flux
lip.
has made it to the AO.
Yep, so they will be capturing it. Yep, Flux is in there, Armor Juice is in there, Tom is about to be in there. They will be getting there first as Bridges hops over that wall first. He needs to keep a low profile right now.
Op4 is going to take the sector, but Blue 4 has a lot of guys on the northern side that could potentially flank that Op4 group. But this Spire control that Op4 has locked down on is doing them a lot of work. Omega about to walk in, not noticing Nielsen right there. I think Nielsen's just focused on looking up right now. Might have just heard Omega. Waiting for Nielsen to potentially take the shot, except he missed.
Yeah, Red has this hill completely under control. They just haven't officially captured it yet, which is actually kind of surprising given the number of players they have up there on the peak.
But Op4 managing to shoot.
Of course you did. I sent Liru Hentai today. Fucking brag about it.
Omega trying to hunt down Nielsen. And manages to find Nielsen, even though Nielsen I thought was tracking Omega. Now you got a lot of Blue 4 guys scaling on the northern side of this castle, and they're going to try to breach up into this position. Clown just got picked off, fell off the side of the wall.
Herb finds Omega.
Op4 is not actually capturing the zone. They don't realize how small the zone is itself.
Yeah, White Man's the only one
like
in there.
The top of this castle
Yeah,
part,
it's the peak. Yeah, what the fuck happened to Clown? You said he got shot? Man's a fucking pretzel now.
Yeah, he got shot and ragdolled off the side. And now Blue 4 is trying to come in to take out a few of these guys in the open. Warlords goes down.
So Hentai maybe. I mean sending Hentai for a job. Oh damn, yeah, Point Blank.
Op4 just lost a lot of guys over here. You got Armor Jesus flanking around. Might catch Bridge out of position.
Sod and Jonathan kind of coming around this western-northwestern approach, but so many rocks in the way. I don't know if they're even gonna be able to get close.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Op4 has a numbers advantage right now. Just looking at the amount of triangles on either side. I think one of the small things that helps is you have Blue 4 command kind of in the back line. Blue 4 didn't commit everything. Whereas Op4 is definitely all in here. Everyone has seen a little bit of contact, but Op4 controls that Spire.
Lusad and Jonathan have actually managed to scale their way up the southern side of the castle, and so now they're out in the open.
They got Thorn and Jemina out of position.
Got Thorn, but Germania and Cool Breeze.
Down. Firefighter, though, scaling up here, might catch Point Man out of position.
Cool Breeze is the last one standing. There it is. There's the sector captured.
Officially controlling the sector. Sideways stuck in there.
Lusad
scaling. He might catch Tom out of position.
Lusad goes down as well after getting 2 kills. Ooh, great spot. Great spot by Sideways there.
There's still a lot of Blue 4 in this castle area, though.
Yeah, that's the problem. A lot of Red 4 are in the city of Kavala. They need to start pulling more and more towards there. We do have Mito, Lurch, etc. kind of starting to finagle their way moving westward towards the castle, but they have a lot of Blue 4 and a lot of terrain to get through. With Sideways being the only one up there now who's still alive, he has a pretty tall order ahead of him if he doesn't get any reinforcements.
It's going to be a while for the server to tick up to 100 points. Unfortunately, we don't get to see the point count, though. Or maybe there wasn't even a point count in the first place.
No, it's the 5-minute buffer again.
Oh,
so,
right.
Yeah, they're having the anti-rush buffer on the very obvious rush objective mission. Fun stuff. However,
I'm just going to look on the left. We got a good handful of skulls on Op 4, but Blue 4 definitely a lot more skulls.
Ooh, 4AB guys taking some heavy hits.
Honestly, if Op 4 were to just 1-to-1 trade evenly, they should be fine. Scandia Recon still at almost full strength. We got T5 Vonk over here. I think the last man on Blue 4 X-Ray.
You actually know the guy? Wait, you mean you actually know Liru?
Has lost a lot of their
I'm not going to get into a pissing contest about who sends the more accurate hentai to the taste of Liru, but...
Bridges, meanwhile, still being stagnant here, but he's
I
up
know
2
Liru
kills.
stays pretty well.
He is biding his time. He heard gunshots behind him. Quickly checks back to try to spot Arma Jesus there. And then we got Cyrus playing the tower game here on his first kill. Cosmonaut coming up to join him. A lot of Op 4 are down up here. But we have more Op 4 from the Spire now coming up to join the Op 4 garrison here, and they might be able to shift the tide. Dusty's climbing the tower, is going to catch Cyrus and Cosmonaut out of position. Cyrus gets Epstein, and so does Cosmonaut.
With the last bullet, I think. That must have been the last bullet because he reloaded immediately.
Dusty. Hot damn.
Very nice.
3 Blue 4 guys left right here. That rain,
Yep.
You cannot hear any footsteps. With how heavy this rain is, you gotta make sure if you have 2 people in a tower, someone needs to be watching your back, and that was not the case there for Blue 4.
And with Scandi and then 4IB and Mito's group kind of starting to coalesce together, I'm seeing a lot fewer pockets of Blue 4 forces. I see about 10 or so going along in this pocket close to the shoreline. But they need to really condense and make a spearheaded push into this castle if they want a chance to even get into this, it's even near the point, now that the rest of the Blue 4 guys in the castle have been eliminated by Dust Eyes.
We do have a large wave of Blue 4 coming in, but this is it. Op 4 is chasing them, though, and is trying to deal with this small Blue 4 force towards the northern side of Kavala. Here got Lurch taking out Voss before he could get any kills. Unfortunate.
Bridges is going to be sneaking up behind Arma Jesus here. Arma Jesus turns around, gets the pre-fire as he comes up, and actually wins the engagement. I don't know if Bridges was on yelling or something, but Jesus whipped around very quickly.
Ever since he debuted a few weeks ago, and you made that one little highlight about him winning the match by just grabbing the flag and playing that team game, he has been an exceptional player. And, I mean, this Saturday night skirmish, as you'd call it. No, what did you call it?
The Saturday night scuffle, I think?
Scuffle, that was it. It's definitely shown the case. Carlson, meanwhile, getting a kill. Indigo Fox trying to cover. Carlson gives some return fire, but Indigo was in the high ground there, fortified. And now you got Bay Potato potentially going to come up and assist. Carlson needs to pull back in Medic, but He is stuck a little bit in the ridge there. Manages to knock out Indigo Fox.
Dust Eyes gets a great kill on Nelson as he tries to spray down, but the Tracers, he was just in so much pain. Dust Eyes on 6 now.
Amazing.
Valenti going for the big ball play, as well as Carlson. Perfect opportunity for Valenti to scale this wall here using enhanced movement, but he keeps moving on, actually. Looking for a better position. Elsewhere, that pocket in Kavala has been shredded by half, as 4IB and Mito's group are just encircling them. Tedek, Tan, Berg, and Ozturan are the last ones over here for 29th ID. Vong's way down to the south as well, but there's no one really near him except for Scandi, which isn't a good thing. And Ozturan actually kind of pulling it back. I think he got both Neil and Brooke and crippled Hudson. Lurch, Mito, and Fungi coming around the side now, investigating those gunshots. So, 3-man team working together as tightly as they are. That should be able to take down Ozturan. Looks like Baked Potato finally caught Carlson out of position. Valenti's still trying to stay alive. It looks like he might have fallen down and taken some heavy wounds.
Yeah, I think he got caught in a skirmish with some of these guys defending the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Blue 4, they're getting their command groups in here, but
Carlson's still alive, actually.
on the side right here.
I was mistaken.
I think he already has an angle, so he is now going to reposition here. Sees Tom moving up, but quickly does PID on him. The PID in this level of lighting, just how both camos really blend in with the ground. For Arma Jesus to very quickly catch that PID is actually really good to see because of that dark lighting.
And I was mistaken, Carlson is actually still alive. I think he's made his way back over to the... Well, no, he was alive.
Scanner recon folding in. Vonk might try to engage. He tries to catch Blant out of position.
Oh, I think... Buckets absolutely saw him from that angle.
And is immediately following. And he's going to catch Vonk out of position here.
Nice snaps. Grenade gives him some shrapnel, but not a bad play at all.
Smith, meanwhile, breaching in on the rear.
1, 5.
Poor guys manages to knock one out, takes some shots on his own though, and pulls out. 10 now caught in the open here in the middle of the street. I'm waiting for someone like Sam to fire on him. There are the shots from Lurch though, that knocks him out. Tedix is still over here, but that is going to be almost it. Hold up, we still got
Yep, Ozturan goes down as soon as he tries to walk through that door. Castle doctrined by Fungi.
Speaking of the castle, 4 blue, 4 guys breaching in right
Ooh,
here.
that was good.
They're climbing on top of Drake.
Oh, you only sent Leroy Hentai because you know. I gotcha.
Jesus and Tom have this area of the courtyard locked down from the
Wells goes down to Dust Eyes.
Out by Dust Eyes.
And
on his
it is
kill.
over.
Also straight out of position, knocks him out. I'm going to say it, I think Dust Eyes is the MVP for Op4 here.
As far as single players, yeah, MVP. That should be his 7th. There it is.
For his 8th. Great call there.
Not bad at all.
Tedx taking some long-range suppression all the way from Echo 2. That is Vargrant firing from the 240 Bravo on 3 kills. And with those tracers, he's going to be able to tell the guys that are closer to him, hey, there's a dude in here. Please come in and shoot him.
Jesus H.
All right, Op4 is a 5th of the way there, but again, the numbers.
The numbers say it all.
Or something. Yeah.
Yeah, the numbers tell it all. I mean, not quite as many Op4s survived last time, but that's just the nature of this heavy urban fighting.
I'm gonna be honest. The map was a little biased for Op4's favor, though. I'm gonna be 110% about that. With the easily accessible way for Op4 to get right on top of this area and immediately hold it to the rest of the castle, I feel like this could have been made a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope they do another one to rectify, because I don't think this was it was a slight advantage. But as we saw with the last round and how crazy like a simple third or fourth of Op4 was able to hold against half of Blue 4, that
Easily.
does earn it
Easily
some merit,
half,
though.
yeah. Absolutely. No, great efforts from both sides. I mean, sticking with this, we saw great defense from the first one from 29th. A bit of a misplay on the offensive side from FNF in the first round, but they were able to turn it around with the second round, able to counterattack Blue 4's push and drive them out and completely emasculate them. Not emasculate, eviscerate. Emasculate's a bit too heavy of a word. No, eviscerate Blue 4. Tedek actually just fired a law over by 4AB.
As a shock weapon.
And definitely had them turn their heads in.
Running into Sam's building. But will he go upstairs?
Maybe. Question is, will Sam go downstairs?
Nope, he's gonna potentially go for the castle. Meanwhile, we got Drake and Vandewall coming around. Vandewall knocking out Swola there.
Dust Eyes, though, still up and kicking. Uh-oh. Rock's got him. He's good.
Dust's gonna get into the double digits here. Might be able to get the flank on Vand. He
And
sees him.
that's the
There's
ninth.
Fucking Epstein headshot from the back of the head.
Aim with the stars coming in as well to assist. Swallow wakes back up.
Drake still being suppressed. He's close by that flare. They're using that flare to reference.
And it also provides a lot of light for this kind of environment.
It's slightly getting darker. We got Dust and Aim at the Stars. I'm still going to call him Aim at the Balls.
Coming
I'm watching
around.
this from Dust's first person. He
All
doesn't
right.
see the last Blue 4 guy because of the rocks. Now, I think he just saw him.
Nope, still looking around. You
Now
see
he's
that?
oh, no, he still doesn't see him while he's doing
Nah.
medical.
Yeah, that movement, though, that's what's going to get him. If he does get spotted, it's going to be him moving because of medical.
Oh.
Oh, well, he stands up there.
Him get up right there. Hold up. Oh,
Oh,
wait.
looks right up. Oh,
Nope.
there he is.
There we
Yep.
go. Line up the headshot, and there's the mag dump. But I think Aim at the start. Nope, there's the 10th kill. Dusty's getting in the double digits here. Here's a double tap. And there's Blue 4 eliminated. And that is
G
GG.
fucking G.
FNF Coalition
Wins
winning
2-1.
2-3 ratio against the 29th ID sitting faction. Let's go downstairs and have a listen.
What? What? Oh, okay. Don't know what the fuck. 2-3 ratio.
So?
Good game, guys.
Good
Really
game.
good
That was
game.
fun.
Good.
Nice work, everybody.
You guys. People that would like to attend in the meeting room above FNF community leaders. But everyone else, thank you for coming out. If you don't want to attend the meeting, you don't have to. You're more than welcome if you would like to.
Thank you for hosting.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Thank you for having us. This was a great to cast.
meeting.
Very much.
All right. So yeah, I'll end this here. I'll let the end screen run for a minute or two, just so that I can make. Hopefully, that means that everyone can actually watch the end. Because goddamn, that was quite the final round. Very impressive maneuvers from both sides. Yeah, I mean, some match or map and AO, like, you can make some arguments here and there about balance and who had the advantage and whatnot, but for the most part, it was a pretty even fight and very good overall. So, yeah, I will be back in 4 hours from now with a brand new TM operation. So that's going to be a ton of fun. And then, yeah, then I'll be back tomorrow morning for Sparky's op at 10 a.m. Might be doing something earlier, depends on if the timing works out. So I'm just double checking on that before I commit to that. But I'll definitely be back for 10 a.m. For Sparky's thing. It's going to be a big Ace Combat themed, Jets kind of thingamajig. So it should be fun. Yeah. thank you all very much for watching, and I'm going to switch it over to the end screen and let the rest of this stream play out. So thank you again very much for watching.